State Insurance, your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants, J.P. Thibodeau Automotive Group, District Attorney Bo Dewey, Hebert's Garden Center, Johnny's Pizza in St. Martinville, Acadiana Hearing, and special thanks to our Loreauville sponsors tonight, Bayrard Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, the Village Market, and Ed Broussard Marine. Once again, Jeff Boggs with you in Jeanerette. Upstairs, Keith Hebert down on the sidelines, and hopefully we have our communication issues a little bit better off than we did on yesterday. We'll check in with Keith coming up in just a little bit down on the field with our sideline reports. Of course, those sideline reports brought to you by Acadiana Hearing, 425 East St. Peter, and find them online at acadianahearing.newiberia.com. My pleasure also to be joined in the booth today by a few folks getting this online as far as video streaming of our game. Truck Gisclair joins us, and Truck, appreciate the effort tonight coming out to Jeanerette so we can get this game not only on the air and streaming at Kane1240.com, the audio we normally would stream, but also video stream tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Jeff, it's a little venture that a good friend of ours, a mutual friend, Ken Berthelot with WHNO TV, he hooked us up and got me pointed in the right direction with production equipment, and we made a commitment for video production along with our audio production, and it's been a good adventure and a great response from our listeners, and now our listeners and viewers. It gives kids, parents that can't make the games, parents that are working can look online at various places, whether it's the website or Facebook. And Nick Stassi's our production engineer, and Todd Menard's our cameraman, and it is indeed our pleasure to bring the game to our listeners and our viewers.
There you go. We don't know if the link is up just yet, but it will soon on our Facebook page at Kane 1240 AM. Again, that's Kane 1240 AM. And eventually it'll be on the main page of our website, which is Kane1240.com. It'll definitely be up by the time the game begins, and hopefully some of our pregame activities as well, including interviews with our two head coaches. By the way, I do want to thank Jeanerette and their staff, Ananias Johnson and the rest of their staff for allowing us to do both the broadcast and the video. Appreciate that. But again, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with the video streaming so far.
Well, it started out at the Jamboree, like our season opener, and we had a couple of hundred viewers. And as the weeks progressed, I think week 4, we're up to a couple of thousand views, and we actually did a Nicholls State game this past Saturday, Southland Conference. We did it for the conference itself, and we did a 2-camera shot. Tonight's going to be a single camera shot, but I tell you what, it's a lot of fun, and you get to see the games later tonight. You can see them next week. You can go back and look at the history and just play the games over and over if you want, but it allows you to really go back and maybe look at some plays that a long pass play that you might have missed. You're able to have that replay, and it's just it's high definition, and it's a quality product that we're hopefully putting out.
There you go. High definition so they can see the pecs on Keith Hebert, who's down on the sidelines with us as always. Keith with our Acadiana Hearing sideline reports. Find them at 425 East St. Peter and online at acadianahearing.newiberia.com. Keith, good evening to you. And Keith apparently having audio issues. I would encourage him then to perhaps work his way upstairs so we can figure out what that problem might be. But again, we will take a timeout. When we return, hopefully we'll get into those pregame interviews. Stay with us. You're listening to Kane Radio, AM 1240, streaming at Kane1240.com. And I'm not sure if our video link is up just yet, but hopefully we'll have it in just a little bit. Stay with us. You're listening to Kane Radio, AM 1240. On Kane, again, soon to be streaming. In fact, I think it is up on the Facebook page. And now also I'm told it is on the website, kane1240.com, and also on our Facebook page, Kane 1240 AM. Kane 1240 AM. Well, again, we can adjust those things, but I need you up here to identify the problem. But again, dealing with a couple of issues, you can turn that one up. You can give them a little bit more juice. And okay, so let's get you today's starting lineup since we aren't prepared to do the pregame interviews just yet. Let's go ahead and get you tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Hebert's Garden Center. On offense for the Loreauville Tigers, visiting Zy Alexander, a sophomore quarterback. At running back, Leslie Joseph, a junior. At wide receiver, Logan Gerard, a sophomore. Garon Lewis, a sophomore. Calvin Freelow, a senior. And Drake Dressel, a junior. Offensive line, Ryan Bork, a senior. Blaze Bro, Blaze Bro, a senior as well. It is Drake Dressel, a junior. Gavin Lawsaw, a junior. J.T. Newvell, a senior. And the Tarek Wilkins, a junior. And again, for Jeanerette on defense, and again, our starting lineups brought to you by Hebert's Garden Center. On defense for Jeanerette, at defensive end, Todrick Paul Jr. He and Christian Alexander, a senior, are going to be swapping back and forth, I understand. Nose tackle, Travonta Barlow, a senior. Defensive end, Tyrese Gilbert, a senior. Linebackers, Tyus Gage, a senior. Dallas Walters, a senior. And Marquise Colbert, a senior. Strong safety, Jackalix Lundy, a senior. And Troy Gilliam, a junior. Gilliams, that is. Quarterbacks, Darius Hawkins, a senior. Mikhail Maxey, a senior. And Deontay Keel at free safety. For Jeanerette on offense, not sure about the offensive line, but they're skilled players. Their quarterback, Mikhail Maxey, a senior. Running back, Sean Sparrow, a junior. Wide receivers, Jalen Durbini, a senior. Deontay Keel at running back, also listed at running back, Elton Alexander, a junior. Ahmed Mitchell, a senior. And Jaquandrick Collins, a junior. Once again, our Southern Style Automotive pregame show will continue coming up after this 2-minute timeout. Stay with us from Jeanerette High. It's Loreauville at Jeanerette tonight on Kane Radio, AM 1240. Your Southern Style Automotive pregame show. They're at 618 Jane Street. Down on the sideline with an Acadiana Hearing sideline report, Keith Hebert with Coach Rhett Pelche.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Coach, first of all, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Coach, you're limping here 0-3. What is the game plan this week to get ready for the Jeanerette team?
We're just looking to minimize our turnovers and be able to play 4 good quarters of football.
Was there anything on the Jeanerette film that you saw that shows you concern?
No, they're basically doing the same things as years past. They are an improved ball club, but, you can do the things that we need to do in this football game.
What have you had to work on, again coming here 0-3, what has your team had to strive to minimize the errors that, could go ahead and get you back up to that winning way?
It's just getting a lot of reps in practice. We're having to overcome a large learning curve due to the number of players that we have that are new to this program. And, with each game that we play, they're going to get better and better.
Are there any injuries tonight?
No.
Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck to you in the ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime. Jeffrey, back up to you, and as always, brought to you by the Hearing Center on 424 East Main Street for all your auditory needs.
Yes, indeed. Find Acadiana Hearing online at acadianahearingnewIberia.com, 425 East St. Peter. Appreciate their support of our sideline reports. Hopefully we'll be hearing from head coach Ananias Johnson of the Jeanerette Tigers in just a little bit. We were working on the starting lineups. Hebert's Garden Center bringing them to us. Loreauville's defense, Caleb Booty at nose tackle, defensive ends, Sabin Anthony, a senior, Kim Hebert, a junior. Linebackers, Calvin Freelow, a senior, Gavin Lawsaw, a junior, Blaze Bro, a senior, Garan Lewis, a sophomore, Maverick Mitchell, a senior, Shawan Nora, a junior, Adam Emel, a senior, and Brennan Williams, a senior. I want to thank our good friends over at Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive, off the main highway there. Jane Street, New Iberia, main highway, LA 31. Again, give them a call, 342-2669. Get that pizza order in, and you can enjoy it for the game tonight. Once again, with another Acadiana Hearing sideline report, Keith Hebert with Coach Johnson.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Coach, thanks for having us.
Thank y'all for coming.
It's always a pleasure to be here in J-Town.
That's it. Thank y'all for coming with us.
You come here 2-1, and you're going to basically look at a Loreauville team that's 0-3. What was your game plan coming into this week's game against Loreauville?
Do not take them lightly because they played a tough schedule, and 0-3 don't mean nothing in any given day.
You've seemed to improve week to week. You gave Westgate all they can handle and then some. The score did not indicate how well you played Westgate. What is your team learning now that they're in the win column?
To eliminate the mistakes, and they'll be fine. They eliminate the mistakes, practice harder, and we'll be all right.
Did you have a chance to look at any Loreauville film this week?
No, sir.
What can we expect from your ball club tonight on the offensive side of the ball?
Play hard, block hard, and let's go some touchdowns.
Coach, any injuries to talk about tonight?
Our top running back, number 5, Johnson, he's a little banged up. My other running back is a little banged up, but they want to play. They want to fight through it.
Coach, thank you for joining us always. Good luck to you, and we'll talk to you at halftime.
Thank y'all. Thank you for coming.
Jeff, back to you. And again, Acadiana Hearing at 425 East St. Peter Street.
Once again, appreciate their support of our broadcasts. And again, find them online at Acadiana Hearing, NewIberia.com. And as Keith mentioned, 425 East St. Peter. Appreciate their support. The Southern Style Automotive pregame show will continue right after this quick timeout. Stay with us. You're listening to Kane Radio AM 1240, and our stream is up both on our website, kane1240.com, the video stream we're talking about, and also on Facebook, either the Tesh Matters Facebook page or Kane 1240 AM. Find the video stream again on Facebook, Kane 1240 AM, or online at www.kane1240.com. Our audio stream is there as well through TuneIn Radio. So again, appreciate the effort of Nick and Tom upstairs. We will take a timeout. Back with more of our Southern Style Automotive pregame show coming up after these here on Kane Radio AM 1240. And again, we welcome you back to Southern Style Automotive Pregame Show. Find them at 618 Jane Street, their new location, just a little bit down the road from Lloyd Sr.'s previous location, but joining forces with Lloyd Jr. And again, the Southern Style Automotive Pregame Show continues here on Kane Radio, AM 1240, and again, streaming video at kane1240.com and on Facebook at Tesh Matters on Facebook, Tesh Matters, or Washita Parish. Sam Houston at Sulphur. Lafayette is at Barbe. Lagrange is at Como. Nish on the road at Acadiana. Catholic High at Notre Dame. Northside is hosting St. Martinville. St. Thomas More is at Catholic of Baton Rouge. West St. Mary's at Franklin. Central Catholic of Morgan City is at Gaydon. VC is at Hanson. Centerville at Ecole Classique. Rain is at ERAF. And Turlings is hosting Romo out of district this evening. This district, of course, has begun tonight, 7-2A, and taking a look at the standings, you can see that Ascension Episcopal, Catholic High, both 3-0. Ascension Episcopal obviously looking to make it 4-0 tonight against a Delcom team that has struggled in 2 games. Their first game canceled. Catholic High 3-0 as they head to Notre Dame tomorrow. Jeanerette comes in at 2-1. And then the rest of the district looking for their first win again. Delcom 0-2, Loreauville 0-3, West St. Mary 0-3, as is Franklin 0-3. Keith Hebert down on the sidelines. How's the crowd building? Tell us what the field conditions are like.
Jeffrey, the field is really cut nice, about a 2.5-inch cut, and a beautiful sunset out to our west, Jeff. Nice hues of gray, blue, orange. It's just a beautiful sunset. The humidity is not so much of a factor tonight, being the first day of spring. It's a little hot, but it's not that bad where we're sweating bullets. But it's going to be a wonderful night for high school football. The fans for Jeanerette are slowly making their way to the stands. Loreauville has shown a decent contingent, as they do always. Again, it's still early. People are finding a place to park. So it's going to be just a wonderful night for football.
You know, I will remind you, it's the first day of autumn.
Oh, sorry, what I said?
You said spring. If you were a Yankee, I'd say you were doggone optimistic that it was April or spring in front of us instead of autumn. But as a Southerner, I think you'd appreciate it being autumn and not spring.
Unfortunately, that was my gaffe for the night, hopefully.
Nothing wrong with that. But again, it is a beautiful night. I would imagine, though, hot enough for the officials to think about taking those water breaks at the 6-minute mark.
Now, Jeffrey, if you see the CO2 that is sprayed for Jeanerette coming out of the goalpost, how it just stagnates there. That is an indication that the air is somewhat still heavy. There's a lot of moisture in the air, because if it would be that CO2 would be basically blown away from the high humidity. But again, we're not sweating bullets. The referees have indicated they are going to take the necessary water timeouts between quarters. So it's just a matter of how much can these guys go on the liquids that they put in their system.
Absolutely. We'll have a ceremonial coin toss. I think the head coaches already did flip a coin, but we'll stick with it here as we get ready for the ceremonial coin toss. And I would imagine the presentation of the colors and our national anthem coming up here in just a little bit. As again, we thank Southern Style Automotive sponsoring our pregame show. Want to thank a few of the other sponsors, especially those supporting our broadcast tonight from Loreauville, Bearard Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, Village Market, and at Broussard Marine, who I believe has a presence in both Jeanerette and in Loreauville. So happy to have them with our broadcast again this evening. Again, getting set for the kickoff, and remember our kickoffs, extra points this season, brought to you by Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31
y'all come on
in
in
St.
here. We're
Martinville.
going to shake hands after the
Here's
coin
the coin
toss.
toss.
Y'all come in and stop right here. We'll shake hands afterwards, all right? We've already done the coin toss, but we're going to simulate it for the fans, okay? You guys won the toss. You deferred. You're going to receive, and you're going to kick from the clock. But we're going to go ahead and go through the motions, okay? Call it.
Heads.
It's heads. You won it again. So, okay, we know what's going to happen. You won the toss. You deferred. You're receiving. and you're kicking from the clock. So let's twist around this way. You're going to face that way. You're going to face me. Good. White's won the toss. Deferred. Blue's receiving. Now y'all can shake hands, guys. We're going to come back with the kick.
That was a good game, bro.
Good job, Keith, down on the field with our sideline reports brought to you by Acadiana Hearing, 425 East St. Peter, Acadiana Hearing, newiberia.com. Again, getting ready for our national anthem, the presentation of the colors by what I believe is the Jeanerette High ROTC, JROTC. And again, appreciate their efforts tonight as well. Again, excited to be here tonight with our normal broadcast, but again, streaming video, live streaming video on our website, kane1240.com, as well as our Facebook pages, Kane 1240 AM on Facebook, and also the Touch Matters page shared that video as well. Big thanks again to Nick and Tom getting the job done, producing and videographing. I think I threw an extra syllable in there, videographing. Joey D would have my hide the way I butchered that title. But again, the presentation of the colors, we will stand to honor America. And I'm just going to let the drum line play right now. Again, the Jeanerette Marching Band with tonight's national anthem.
The colors are being presented by Jeanerette High School JROTC, commanded by Cadet Kate Ames, state flag by Cadet Captain Caleb Collins, school flag by Cadet Second Lieutenant Martin Lalone, lead rifle by Cadet Command Sergeant Major Bryce Ames, and rear rifle Cadet Second Lieutenant DeQuan Wheeler. Our official flag raisers are Cadet Second Lieutenant Ashley Lejeune and Second Lieutenant Chad Lejeune. Here tonight at Jeanerette Senior High School. We're grateful for the safe arrival of the players and supporters, and please see them home safely. We ask that you please keep our participants safe from harm, and also ask that you bestow upon them honor and good sportsmanship. Grant us your mercy, O Lord, as we place our trust in thee. Amen.
go our national anthem, the Jeanerette Senior High Marching Band. Southern Style Automotive Pregame show, again, has been brought to you by Southern Style Automotive Group at 618 Jane Street. We appreciate their support of high school football here on Cane Radio AM 1240. Again, Loreauville had won the toss, elected to defer. They will receive the second half kick. In the meantime, getting set to kick off here. And again, looks like Landon Lagrange getting set to kick it off. Just a little right of center, far side of the field as Loreauville sits. Loreauville in their white road jerseys, black pants, black helmets, black and gold numerals. Jeanerette in their home purple jerseys, white helmets, white numerals, white pants. They don't necessarily explore the gold in their Tiger uniforms. A little unusual for most of the schools that sport purple and call themselves the Tigers. But here we go. Again, the kickoff brought to you by Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31. Lagrange kicks off. Not a real deep kick, will be received at the 27-yard line, taken toward the far side. McClellan Molo running to about the 48-yard line, might have reached the 49-yard line. About a 26-yard return for Molo. And it'll be a good starting position for Jeanerette High early in this game. Just underway, 11:55 to go. If you're in the neighborhood, we'd love to have you, but also happy to be streaming at cane1240.com, both audio and video this evening. So again, they'll begin at their own 49-yard line, ball between the hash marks. Three receivers to the near side, two to the far side, one coming in motion. That's Keel. Keel lines up then and handoff and stopped at the 50-yard line. It is Keel picking up about a yard there. Keel with the first play of the ball game there. And it'll be second. Actually, they gave him to the 49 of Loreauville, a 2-yard gain for Keel. But they had him pretty well stopped at the 49. The yard marker and the football not necessarily jiving. Maxey back in with the play from the near sideline. So again at the Loreauville 49, just underway here in Jeanerette. Two receivers near side, two to the far side, handoff up the middle over the left side. That is Elton Alexander, the junior. He picks up about 3 yards there, and it'll be second and about 5.
Well, Jeff, that Loreauville defensive line is doing a very good job of staying in the lanes and following containment of the quarterback. And twice now they've allowed Jeanerette just nominal gain, and now it's third down.
And, you know, for Loreauville, you wonder how important this third down is as early as it is. It's a team that needs a little momentum boost. Oh, and we had a little movement on the line. No flag by Loreauville. Throw Maxey to the near side. He's got a man complete to the 30-yard line and to the 28-yard line. A pickup of about 17 yards.
And, Jeff, the key to that play was Adam Email was playing very shallow, in a sense that he had about a 3-yard gap between his man and coverage, allowed him to throw out in the flat and complete it for Jeanerette. And
Jeanerette moving quickly. No huddle. The next play called. Alexander carries, but he's going to lose about a yard. What do you think about that hurry-up offense?
Well, Calvin Farlott, a senior, read the eyes of the quarterback, was not fooled by the pitch man, and was able to beat his block on the defensive side, go ahead and make a nominal gain for Jeanerette. Now it's second down.
Yeah, a little bit of a loss. Second and a long 10. 10:23 to go in this opening period. Scoreless, but Jeanerette moving the ball well. Two receivers on either side. Wide side's the far side. Maxey fakes. He'll keep to the far side. Crosses the 30 to the 25 before he's knocked out of bounds. Maybe a little bit beyond the 25. About a 7-yard pickup for Maxey.
Well, Maverick Mitchell was basically just staying in his lane, Jeff, doing his responsibility of following the quarterback. He was following a pitch man. There was no pitch man to be found, so he basically stayed in possession of his footing to go ahead and make the stop, and now it's third down and a couple 3 yards for first down, possible first down.
Yeah, we talked about how I felt that last third down was pretty important for Loreauville. Another big one for them here, but you got to figure it's 4-down territory for Jeanerette at this point. Again, 9:37 and ticking, opening quarter, scoreless here at Jeanerette Senior High. Another 4 receivers set, ball to the far hash. Short side's the far side. Rolling to the near side. Maxey looking. Finally going to tuck it and be forced out of bounds at, I want to say, the 21-yard line. But a hold against Jeanerette. That'll be the first penalty of the evening.
And Jeff, Blaze Bro basically stuffed that play. Phenomenal gain. The receivers were covered, so the quarterback for Jeanerette had nobody to throw to, had to eat the ball, but Blaze was quick on the spot.
So again, it'll set up third and about 3. Or, no, I'm sorry, before they move with the spot of the ball, and apparently this one's going to hurt. This one's going to bring him all the way back to the 39-yard line. So it'll be third and about 20. If I'm seeing that right, just short of 20 yards, third down. Maxey out of the shotgun. Again, 2 receivers on either side. Short side's the near side. Looking to throw to this near side. Oh, almost in a position to intercept that was Blaze Bro. The intended receiver, I think, was Mitchell. Nope. Now I see 23, Keel, the intended receiver.
Well, Jeff, Jeanerette got lucky for the simple fact the man was out in the flat, split 2 defenders. The ball was not there. So Loreauville was caught snapping on the last play.
So it'll be 4th and long, and the punter will stand at his 49-yard line. Good solid snap. The kick from about the 48. Decent kick toward the far corner. Takes a good roll, and Loreauville had it, lost it. Another Loreauville player falls on it. That was very dangerous.
Jeff, that was number 13, Logan Gerard, a sophomore, be Johnny on the spot for Loreauville and basically saving a possible turnover for the team to give Jeanerette knocking on the door within the 10-yard line.
Noah Rollins, nice punt for the Jeanerette Tigers. 9:07 on the clock. They take about 2:53 off of it, but Loreauville will have the ball now, 1st and 10. Tough spot for me over there. What is that, the 3-yard line?
Oh, so you're on the 8.
The 8-yard line, thank you very much. So again, wide receivers, 4 split. Zy Alexander, we haven't seen him since the Jamboree. And again, they'll roll to the far side. He'll keep it. Goes out of bounds after picking up about 6 yards.
Well, Jeff, that was great defensive enthusiasm by Jeanerette, Jeff. They were not fooled. Zy wanted to go ahead and pass that ball out in the flat, but everybody was covered. Jeanerette did very good in pursuit, and to drive him out of bounds for just a very nominal gain.
Yeah, I thought it was about a 6-yard pickup. Apparently, he stepped out of bounds much sooner than I thought. So yeah, just a 2-yard pickup sets up 2nd and 8. 3 receivers now to the wide side, near side of the field. Out of the shotgun, a bad snap picked up by the running back. Joseph takes it up the middle, and that broken play picks up about 7 yards, 8 yards up the gut almost.
Well, Jeff, what happened was the linebackers got sucked in. So the linebackers overran the play. By the time they figured out what happened, Loreauville was able to escape that faux pas and get a first down of the night.
So they do give him the full 8 yards and a Coca-Cola of New Iberia first down. 8:52 remaining in the scoreless opening period. Loreauville with the ball for the first time this evening. And again, similar formation, 3 wide to the near side. Alexander out of the shotgun, does give it to Joseph, tries to get around the near corner, in trouble, down behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like he's going to lose about 2 yards.
And Jeff, he just tripped on his own. There was not a Jeanerette player within 3 yards of him, but he wouldn't have gotten many more yards after that because Jeanerette had 3 players in that field of vision, and so it went phenomenal again. Had he stayed up and not fallen, then he would have gotten maybe another 1 or 2 yards.
Drake Dressel wide to the near side. 3 on to the far side. Alexander and Joseph in the backfield. Alexander out of the shotgun. Takes snap, quick throw, complete. That was Brennan Williams who brings it, but only for no gain. In fact, maybe even a little bit of a loss there, trying to find better position, and we'll see if forward progress gets him much, but not much there at all.
Well, Jeff,
2 yards.
Lundy come from his safety position to go ahead and stuff out that play. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for Loreauville.
I'm looking at about 3rd and 9. Am I misreading something?
Okay, you're correct. Yes, I was at a bad angle. Sorry.
No worries. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Again, Alexander out of the shotgun, looking to this near side. Now tucks it, brings it toward the 35 or 25-yard line. And it'll be third now and about 3 yards to go.
And Jeff, just great pursuit by Jeanerette, Jeff. They read the play correctly. It was a run play all along. The linebackers were not fooled. Don Longman shot that gap, and now Loreauville's going to have to punt for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I'm reminded it is fourth down. He hadn't flipped the down marker yet. So the punting unit on, and Loreauville with 6:59 to go will give up the football. Jeanerette ready to go into their second drive of the night. Snap a little loose, but a nice punt. Lagrange bringing it to the 47 wisely. Molo let that one roll. And it'll be Jeanerette first and 10 at about the 47-48 yard line.
Jeff, I'm very impressed with, first of all, the defense of Jeanerette. Again, a much disciplined team this year than we've ever seen before. These guys are doing their assignments. They're blocking down the net, trying. When they tackle, they're actually using good form tackling to hold Loreauville at bay. So I'm very impressed as we speak about the Jeanerette defense.
And they'll mark it at the 46-yard line. Again, for our radio listeners, also streaming video and audio at kane1240.com and on Facebook. Up the middle, carry. Alexander, I believe, brings it about 5-6 yards on first down.
And the nose tackle, Caleb Booty, on the play. Yeah, but he was dragged for 3 or 4 yards. So the running back for Jeanerette just kept those legs pumping and made some good real estate out of it.
Alexander takes a break. Ahmad Mitchell and Deontay Keel now in the backfield. Mitchell, the fullback, he gets it up the gut, and he'll go about 4 yards, just almost falling forward, just short of a first down.
This Loreauville defensive squad has to go ahead and bow up. Jeff, they're getting beat at the line of scrimmage, which, as you know, when that happens, the whole play just falls apart.
Again, Jeanerette in somewhat of a hurry up, and now the officials are stopping the clock. It is right at that 6-minute mark. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to high school football scoreless. Jeanerette hosting Loreauville here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back here on Kane Radio AM 1240, streaming audio and video at kane1240.com. Jeanerette out of the timeout, water break timeout, 3rd and 1. A nice dive effort over the right side by Mitchell, but they stopped him cold at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 1. Keith, what do you do? I know one thing. I turn up his mic.
Yeah, thank you. Blaze Pro was on Johnny on the spot. He read the play. He jumped the count and was able to go ahead and keep Jeanerette from getting a first down.
So the punting unit is out. We saw a real nice punt by Noah Rollins his last time. This, though, an interesting situation. I wonder if Coach Johnson thinks about a little razzle-dazzle here. And the snap is to the punter, and he is going to go ahead and kick. Low line drive kick, a fair catch called for and received at what I believe is the 18-yard line, where Loreauville will have it 1st and 10. So, Keith, 3 straight punts on the first 3 series here at Jeanerette.
You know, Jeff, and that's what surprised me. Jeanerette, Loreauville's, for the most part, getting beat at the line of scrimmage, but yet not enough to go ahead and get into the end zone. So kudos to Loreauville for going ahead and doing their job to go ahead and give Zayas and this offensive line a chance to put something on the board.
Loreauville wide receivers split 4 of them, 2 on each side. Ball toward the middle. Quick screen pass tipped and incomplete. The intended receiver, Drake Dressel. And I want to say it was McClellan Molo that may have had a piece of it.
Jeff, the play was just too slow to develop, and that's what did this play in. Again, Jeanerette just playing very disciplined ball tonight, Jeff. I'm very impressed with doing this defensive unit. It's coming out and basically taking it to Loreauville.
Brennan Williams on the near slot. It is Dressel on the end. Two receivers as well to the far side. He sends Williams in motion from the near to the far side. Gives it to Joseph out of the backfield. Got some good yardage. Close, if not a first down. Coca-Cola first down, indeed, at about the 20-yard line. See when the dust settles where they spot that ball.
And Jeanerette was totally beat here, Jeff. Loreauville did a very good job offensively to go ahead and stay in the lanes and basically down block, allowing the running back to go ahead and get to the outside and get a first down for Loreauville.
So again, Loreauville, I believe, with their second first down of the evening.
Correct.
4:57 and ticking in this scoreless opening period here at Jeanerette. Hope everyone's having a enjoyable sugarcane festival. Zai looking to pass, throws another screen. It is complete at the line and about a 7-yard run from the catch. And I want to say that was Saban Anthony, number 6, who caught that ball.
I didn't catch that number of the truck, Jeff, but did a very good job. Jeanerette was playing too soft. I gave the receiver all kind of real estate, Jeff. So even though it was a slow developing play, it still gave Loreauville ample opportunity to go ahead and come very close to a first down.
The second and call it 2. Ball at the 38-yard line of Loreauville. 3 receivers now to the near wide side of the field. Again out of the shotgun side. Joseph to his left. And it'll be a toss to Leslie coming to the near side. Gets near and does have the first down yardage to about the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup for Joseph. I've got him 4 carries, 22 yards, but again, my number's rather unofficial. With 4:02 to go, it'll be another Coca-Cola first down.
Jeff, it was a quick toss. That was a good fast-paced play. Caught Jeanerette napping on that one and allowed Loreauville to go ahead and get a first down. A much-needed first down because now it gives time for the defense to get their breath.
So again, the ball at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Similar formation, except the 3 receivers are to their far side of the field, which is the wide side right now. Joseph going to keep it, tucks it away. I'm not sure if he always intended, but he's got a lot of room on the near side. 35-30, 25-20. He could go all the way and does. It's a touchdown for Loreauville. Looking for flags. I don't see any, and apparently he did not step out of bounds on that near sideline. So a 56-yard touchdown run by Zai Alexander.
And Jeff, that was the other thing about a thing of beauty. He tap danced all the way down for at least 25 yards. But what happened was Jeanerette was completely caught off guard. Zai shot the gap. There was no linebacker in sight, and basically he outran the coverage. So great job by Loreauville, but very poor field play on Jeanerette to stop the touchdown.
If you've caught the Loreauville Tigers Sports Show Wednesday nights at 6:10, Landon Lagrange, a big part of this new offense, being able to go for 1-point conversions. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 our score. That kick brought to you by Johnny's Pizza. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back after these. 7-0. Loreauville leads. 3:32 remaining. Stay with us. And we do welcome you back here on Kane. This kickoff brought to you by Johnny's Pizza to the 25, and Keel takes it to about the 30-yard. Still up. I thought he was heading down to the 40-yard line. Keel brings it after about a return of 22 yards again. Loreauville up 7-0, but Jeanerette with a nice start here in the opening period. 3:19 on the clock, 7-0. Loreauville leading.
Well, Jeff, there was really nothing fabulous about that run back. Loreauville did a very poor job of trying to tackle from the collar. And that's why he was able to go ahead and gain as many yards. They lost focus on the task to go ahead and break down in their punt coverage lane and was overtaken.
Once again, on Kane1240.com, streaming video and audio this evening. I invite you to check that out. Jeanerette, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Nice hold broken in the middle, and it is Sparrow who Coach mentioned not feeling real good during the week, but he is persevering. About a 12-yard pickup for Sean Sparrow.
And Jeff, that was Jeanerette's first down of the night with 3:12 left in the first quarter. Loreauville seems to be getting whipped very badly at the line of scrimmage.
And again, a bit of a hurry-up offense. Running it, keeping it as Maxey to the near side. Picks up about 2 yards before he is stopped, and it'll set up 2nd and about 8.
A great shoulder tackle by Zion Alexander, Jeff. That was a thing of beauty with technique-wise to go ahead and not give Jeanerette much yardage. Now 2nd down and about 7 to go.
Yeah, they give him 3 yards on that carry. His 2nd for 10 yards now. And again, it'll be at about the 48-yard line. Inside handoff coming around the right side now. And efforting, keeping those legs moving. You talked about that tackling. He gets it to the 30-yard line, picking up about 15 yards.
And, Jeff, you contribute that poor tackling that Loreauville's losing right now to fatigue. Now, you look and notice to the hands on the hips, Jeff. These guys are on vapor right now. So they need to slow this pace down.
2 receivers on either side. Sparrow in the backfield gets the call and again finds a way around the left side. He's battling one defender, and he carries him about 10 yards, or he gains about 10 yards, carried that defender about 5 of those yards, and Sparrow with another 1st down, it looks like.
Again, Jeff, it all boils down to fatigue factor for Loreauville. These guys are just gassed. They're getting beat at every position that they're trying to do. The stunt tackling they're trying is not working. They're out of gas.
So again, Jeanerette will look at 1st and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line, is that?
Yes, sir.
I miss those big numbers on the other fields. We've got offsides on Jeanerette, an offensive lineman on the left side. Jumped a little too soon, and that will set up 1st and 15 at about the 23-yard line.
But, Jeff, again, Jeanerette offense is playing very disciplined ball. It's only 2 penalties for only 15 yards. I'm very impressed with the way Jeanerette's handling themselves on the offensive side of the ball.
Minute 55 to go in this opening quarter. 7-0 Loreauville. Out of the shotgun, Maxey hands it to Sparrow to the right side. He goes stacked up after picking up about 2 yards, maybe just a yard. I'm a little surprised by that mark. I'm not sure the 2 linesmen are in agreement on that.
Well, Jeff, it was a misdirection play all the way by Jeanerette, but Loreauville was not fooled. They had 4 Loreauville defensive players on that tackle. So, the adjustments that the defensive coordinator is making is helping this Loreauville team put it together.
Minute 21 on the clock and running. Again, I want to thank our video crew, Truck Gisclair, Todd Bernard, Nick Stassi, producing today's television broadcast, video broadcast, and a pass tipped and broken up at about the 5-yard line. Had a chance at picking that one up. Can you see his number? It's a little far for me.
Jeff, that was number 25 for Loreauville. Jeff, Adam, email. But that thing was a wounded. So I'm surprised email didn't have a chance to pick that ball because it was thrown with no velocity. And the Jeanerette player was 4 yards away from the ball, so email was the best shot for it.
So it'll set up 3rd and 14. Getting the ball at the 24-yard line of Loreauville. They're up 7-0, but again, Jeanerette with good field position, but need a big 3rd down play here. Don't need it all, but you've got to get something. Pass broken up again. Not exactly a middle screen, but a little off to the left side, and it'll be 4th and long.
What happened there was the quarterback for Jeanerette mishandled the snap, so his cadence was off. And, of course, he threw it. He wasn't set. He just threw the ball out of motion, and that's why the play had disaster written all over it.
4th and 14, 4-down territory, you'd think, for Jeanerette. Don't see the punter out there. Minute 3 left in the quarter. Again, the Loreauville Tigers up by 7. 1 wide receiver to the near side, 1 in the slot on that near side as well. But Maxey looks up the middle. Now he's going to keep it. Picks up about 4 yards. He is down at the initial line of scrimmage with this set of downs. And it'll be ball on downs to the Loreauville Tigers.
And that was Gavin Lawson, Jeff, and Jeanerette. Jeanerette spread the field on that play, but it had one guy. He also stayed at home and watched the play. Broke down like he was supposed to, and did a great form tackle. Now it turns over on downs.
And I am correct. That's the 24-yard line.
No, Jeff, that's the 19-yard line. The nose right off the 20.
Gotcha.
I'm like you. It's even hard to read down here.
55 seconds left. Loreauville with the ball. 4 wide receivers. They're split. No, a good open look, but it gets a pass away to Brennan Williams up the middle of the field or near that near hash mark. And Williams brings it to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 16.
Zy Alexander did a very good job of sucking the defense in, Jeff. So it was a flare pass out to the near side here, and there was nobody in the direction of the receiver for for Loreauville, so they was able to get good mileage out of that.
Yeah, indeed. I was a little worried that they had a clear open shot at him, but you called it right. High snap, but handled, tossed to Joseph to the far side, gets across the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that, maybe a yard pickup on forward progress that time. Well read by the Jeanerette Tigers.
Again, disciplined ball staying. And
Keith, you may notice you're cutting in and out.
Yes.
May want to try and get in a better position.
Okay.
But here we go again, 2nd down, 9 for Loreauville. And that's the end of the first quarter. We will take a timeout. I want to thank District Attorney Bo Dewey with this break in the action. 60-second timeout, 7-0. Loreauville leads at the end of the first quarter here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back here at Jeanerette Senior High. Loreauville leading 7-0 as we begin the second quarter. Again, here at Kane Radio AM 1240, also streaming both audio and video at Kane1240.com on our Facebook pages, streaming video. Again, Kane 1240 AM or the Tush Matters Facebook page. Jeff Boggs along with Keith Hebert and our video crew, again, appreciate their efforts this evening. Todd Bernard, and quickly, Jeanerette is offside. Todd Bernard upstairs working the camera. Truck Gisclair and Nick Stassi appreciate their efforts this evening on video.
Jeff, that was just poor concentration on Jeanerette's part. 2 guys jumped off the line of scrimmage. The count wasn't even complete, and they got a little antsy, and it gave Loreauville easy 5 yards.
Hey, Kyle Schwarber hit a Schwarb bomb. The Cubs are up 1-0 at Milwaukee. 2nd and 7 coming up. No, I'm sorry, 2nd and 3. A bad snap over Alexander's head. The Loreauville QB falls on it at about the 24-yard line. So here they couldn't take advantage of that situation, and now it's going to be 3rd down, I believe.
And Jeff, that was just a poor job of the snapper from Jump Street. And Zod did the only thing he could. He wasn't trying to make anything out of the full pas. He just fell on it like he was supposed to. And Loreauville was lucky to get out there with the ball.
It'll be about 3rd, and I think he needs to get to the 35-yard line. It looks like more than 12 yards, though, to me.
Oh, yeah, 3rd and a country mile.
So here we go, back to pass. Zai looking to the far side. Southpaw throws it. He's got the arm, but he's got it. Jeanerette defender almost had it, but he almost tipped it to the intended receiver, Mav Mitchell. Nice effort there by Keel, the defender, but almost gave it to Loreauville. But either way, it's 4th and long.
Jeff, it was a nice play by Zai. He had everybody fooled, but he didn't have enough mustard on it to go ahead and get past the secondary, Jeff. So it was a great pass, just didn't have enough gas with it.
So 4th and 22. Just underway here in the second quarter. Loreauville leading, but gonna give it to Jeanerette, probably in pretty good field position. Keel, the punt return man, standing just beyond midfield, and he'll take it with his fingertips at the 50-yard line. Looked precarious. And he's pretty much dropped right where he caught the ball initially. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Loreauville 49.
Great defensive stop by Jeanerette. They stayed in their lanes, Jeff, and so Loreauville stopped, my bad. Loreauville, number 53 for Loreauville, which is Gavin Lawsaw, stayed in his lane and basically did a very fine farm tackle, old school style, to allow a normal game for Jeanerette High School.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jeanerette Tigers at their 49, Loreauville's 49-yard line. In Jeanerette in purple, white helmets, white pants. Loreauville, white jerseys, black pants and helmet. And the snap, Maxey out of the shotgun, hands it to Sparrow up the middle. He's got about 8 yards near the 38 or 42-yard line, 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Defensive line for Loreauville just got blown off the ball line of scrimmage, Jeff. Jeanerette got a 2-yard penetration, allowed that gap off tackle dive, and Jeanerette made the best of it.
Going to call it a 7-yard pickup. They mark it at the 43-yard line. Somewhat in between there. And again, 2 receivers near side. Sparrow again, the handoff up the middle. He hits the 40-yard line and should have enough for a first down. Didn't need much more than that 40-yard line, and it's going to be close. Let's see where they do finally mark it. It looks like a first down to me.
No, it's going to be short, Jeff, but now they're going to change their minds. Kim Hebert did a very good job, Jeff, of stopping him, but just it was actually a placement of the ball, Jeff. If anything else, it was truly short, but Jeanerette got a very gracious mark by the line judge.
10-10 and ticking here in this first half of play. Loreauville up 7-0. Jeanerette with another possession. They gave it up on downs the last time. Up the middle. That time Ahmad Mitchell picks up about 6 yards. They're getting good chunks of yardage on these carries up the box.
Kim Hebert did great farm tackle. Unfortunately, he got carried about 4 yards by Jeanerette running back.
2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Ball between the hash marks. Movement on the Loreauville line. Jeanerette did not move. Loreauville, a couple of players got pulled off. I can't imagine it being against Jeanerette.
No, Jeff, it is against Loreauville. He thought he was going to shoot the cadence. He missed, and it was too late. He jumped in the neutral zone and a infraction.
Once again, I want to thank a few of our sponsors, including Berard Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, Village Market, and Ed Broussard Marine. Similar formation and whistles similarly stopping this play. It's going to be 2nd and inches with the penalty. Not sure what the official blew the whistle for. They're huddling now to the far sideline. Again with our score 7-0. 9:42 to go in this second period. Once again, this break in the action brought to you by District Attorney Bo Dewey. Next Friday night, we're back at New Iberia Senior High. LaGrange is at Nish in the, not the district opener, it'll be the home district opener for Nish. Nish tomorrow night will be at Acadiana. Big test for the Yellow Jackets early on in this season. Nothing else. I think they wanted to spot that ball, and they're going to go ahead and give them a first down. Ball at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Jeanerette Tigers. Snap to Maxey, hands it to Mitchell up the middle after a quick move to the right. Now comes to the near side, finds a lot of room across the 20, 10-5 out of bounds inside the 5, and a late flag. I think that's a late hit there.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, so Loreauville's on this poor line play by Loreauville High School, Jeff, to allow Jeanerette to run on the outside. And off of that nice gain for Jeanerette, a personal foul, and it's going to basically move it halfway distance to the goal, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Jeanerette.
Of course, it was going to be 1st and goal no matter what. It's just a shorter 1st and goal now.
Well, they're going to move it down to the 2-yard line.
So again, Tigers trailing by 7. That is Jeanerette's Tigers trailing by 7, and they will look to even this up or at least put 6 on the board here. Again, 9:18 left in this period, but a huge run by Mitchell. And again, at Maxey to Mitchell, and near the goal line, they're saying a little bit short. Ahmad Mitchell again gets the call, but this time it looked like Loreauville was pretty well aware of where they thought that ball was going to go.
And leave it to Blaze Bro, Jeff. I mean, it was a helmet crash. Blaze did the right thing with putting his head down, doing a good form tackle, and that was a filling rattler down here.
So again, the ball at about the 1 yard line. And again, under center, Maxey's going to keep it to the near side and easily gets in for the touchdown. Mikhail Maxey with a 1 yard touchdown run. 7-6 awaiting the point after. Once again, want to let you know that our point after attempt brought to you by Johnny's Pizza in St. Martinville, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway.
And Jeff, I really want to bring this up again. Loreauville's defensive line is just gassed. Again, just about everybody has their hands on their hips.
Going for two here. 2-point conversion, I formation behind Maxey under center. Gives it to the fullback Mitchell, who almost walks in. I don't want to say it was easy, but he sure made it look easy. Maxey, or I should say Mitchell, the 2-point conversion, 8-7 with 8:45 to go. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout, back with the kickoff, brought to you by Johnny's Pizza after these. Stay with us here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back. Another kick and another pooch kick that goes out of bounds. And this one rolled out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, so not much of a penalty to be assessed. And with 8:45 to go, Loreauville will have it back in pretty good position. Trailing now 8-7. Again with 8:45 to go. Time of possession, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. I had that at 6 plays. 49-yard drive for the Jeanerette Tigers, capped by that 1 yard run by Maxey, the 2-point conversion by Mitchell. And since it rolled out of bounds at the 36, they mark it at the 40. 8:45 to go in this second half, or second quarter of the first half. And again, thanks to Johnny's Pizza. Sideline reports again brought to us by Acadiana Hearing, 425 East St. Peter, Acadiana Hearing, newiberia.com. And again, thanks to Bears Garden Center. They bring us part of our pregame show, as well as Southern Style Automotive, who sponsors our pregame show. Tight formation by the Tigers here. Double wings, one receiver to the near side. Williams goes in motion. Up the middle they go, and a nice carry of about 6 yards by number 2, Leslie Joseph.
The Loreauville line for Jeanerette did a very good job, Jeff, of blocking down and basically blew the linebackers out the play. So kudos to Loreauville on that last play.
Absolutely. 2nd and 5 coming up at the 45. 8:24 left on this second quarter clock. Again, it's 8-7 Jeanerette. Teams just answering, and in trouble in the backfield was Brennan Williams. That play never did begin, or have a chance to begin. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
And Todrick Paul, Jeff, and Jeanerette shot the gap on him for a sack for Loreauville, and now it's 3rd down and 10 yards to go for a first down.
Ball between the hash marks. Again, that similarly tight formation. Wings on both sides. One in motion is Williams. Fake to him. Rolling, then Maxey throws. I say Maxey, Zy Alexander, incomplete. The intended receiver, Logan Gerard, at about the 24-yard line, but well covered by the Tigers of Jeanerette.
Darius Hawkins, Jeff, he read the quarterback's eyes. It's something as a defensive back you're taught to do from the start of practice, he did a great job of closing the field play, looking at the ball, not looking at the receiver, but looking great defensive stance by Jeanerette by looking at the ball and go ahead and he had actually a chance to put himself in a position to go ahead and pick the ball.
So it'll be 4th and 10 punting situation. Legrand-Jean at the 27 he'll stand. Punts from about the 30. A good high kick this time at the 32-yard line. Returned by Sparrow coming to the near side across the 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Breaks a tackle at the ankles and going all the way for a touchdown. About a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown by Sean Sparrow.
And Jeff, the key to that touchdown, Logan Girard did very poor job putting himself in position to make the play. He was the only one standing between him and pay dirt, but Logan broke down very unconventionally, put himself out of position, and then of course allowed Jeanerette to make it a touchdown.
So the Tigers up now 14-7 as we await the point after, assuming another 2-point conversion attempt coming up, brought to us by Johnny's Pizza in St. Martinville. Again to the left side as we see it, and our television audience sees it. I guess television wouldn't be the right word, but our streaming video. Again, a little trouble getting this play in, and I think a timeout's going to have to be taken by the Jeanerette Tigers. We'll take a short 30-second timeout. Thanks some of our sponsors. 7:19 to go. 2-minute conversion coming up after this short break. Again, 14-7. Jeanerette leading here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back here on Kane, along with Keith Hebert down on the sidelines with the Acadiana Hearing sideline reports. They're at 425 East St. Peter. My name's Jeff Boggs. Happy to have you with us here on Kane Radio, but also streaming video on our website at kane1240.com and on Facebook, Kane 1240 AM. Keith Hebert.
And Jeff, our film debut of ESPN out of New Orleans, Jeff. Great to have them. Great to be here.
They are our production team. Again, Nick, Todd, and Truck appreciated indeed the effort coming out tonight. They have a game of their own tomorrow night, but they were kind enough to come out here with our Thursday night game. So again, going for a 2-point conversion, 14-7 out of the timeout. And it looks like quarterback keeper there, Jackalix Lundy took that snap and took it to the right side for the 2-point conversion. And it is 16-7 with 7:19 to go. Again, that point after brought to us by our good friends over at Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31. Once again, our break in the action here brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. Appreciate his support of high school football. Keith, Loreauville up 7-0 earlier, and then before you know it, down 16-7. So again, Loreauville will receive the kick. They are to our left, moving from left to right. Jeanerette kicking, not much of a win to discuss. Kick to the 23-yard line, being returned between the hash marks and across the 40, 45, about the 46-yard line. Nice return by Leslie Joseph of the Loreauville Tigers, about 23 yards on that return. About 16 yards, if I remember, where he got that ball. So again, Loreauville at the 45 to begin this drive. They started at the 40 in their previous possession. Ended up kicking from the 40. And again, Alexander hands it off. Again, Joseph the call. He picks up about 8 yards, just going off the left side.
Jeff, Loreauville did a very poor job. It's just a quick dive play off a right tackle, Jeff, and the linebacker crew for Jeanerette was blown out of the lanes, but allowed basically almost a yard short of a first down for Loreauville.
So again, it'll be second, about a yard, maybe a little bit more than a yard, as they need to get to the stripe. And Alexander was going to carry, but a flag is stopping this play. See what that's all about. Obviously against Loreauville, it'll bring it back to about the 49-yard line, their 49-yard line, setting up second and call it 7. 6:41 left in this second period, and again 16-7 the score. Jeanerette on top. Again, we're seeing more of that running formation, the double wings, wide receiver, one to the near side. And under center is Alexander. Gives it to one of his tailbacks, Leslie Joseph, who's got some yardage. Looks like about a 10-yard pickup for Joseph to the 42, 43-yard line of Jeanerette.
And Jeff, fancy about that play. Loreauville basically at the point of attack, down blocked. And Jeanerette was caught completely napping on that play, Jeff. So that's what's the success for that one play right there for Loreauville High School.
1st and 10. Clock, probably the last play before the official timeout, water break timeout. And again under center, Alexander hands it off to the wing on the far side. Coming to the near side, Brennan Williams having trouble making that turn. Picks up a couple of yards before he's forced out of bounds, but not much more than that. I think we got the official timeout. We do. 5:57 to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 16-7, Jeanerette on top here in the second quarter. Stay with us. You're listening to Kane Radio, AM 1240. And again, we do welcome you back on Kane Radio AM 1240. 5:57 to go out of this timeout. This break in the action brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. And Keith, again, Loreauville needing a solid drive here if they're going to try and get back some momentum before this half ends.
Well, Jeff, that was a good jet sweep by Loreauville. And Loreauville blocked to the left. And so Jeanerette was slow to respond to that jet sweep.
So again, 5:57 to go, and again, out of that water break officials timeout. Loreauville, I believe, with 3 full timeouts left. Jeanerette with 2. And again, it'll be second inside of 7 to go for Loreauville, inside the 39-yard line. And again, it'll hand off over the left side. I believe that was Joseph. Picks up about 4 yards to the 35-yard line or so. Yeah, they do spot it at the 35.
And Jeff, that was Todrick Paul for Jeanerette, basically just down blocking and stopping that play phenomenal gain for Jeanerette with 3rd down and about 3 to go for first down.
Looks like the Blackhawks have dropped the puck as well. Second exhibition game of the year. Alexander hands it off again over the left side. Joseph nowhere to go, though. Well read by the Tigers. A couple of defenders there. I wanted to say 46 was one of them, but he's not on my roster.
Right, neither on mine, Jeff. Number 46 shot the gap, Jeff. He overpowered his tackle position and ran behind him. Great tail pursuit by number 42 for Jeanerette to go ahead and make the tackle.
So it sets up 4th down and apparently 4-down territory at about the 37.5-yard line. Tigers needing some offense here. Last couple of weeks they have struggled. 7 last week, 13 points the week before. Good teams, but the offense has been struggling, and Rhett Pelche wants to get this one right. He takes a timeout. So each team now with 2 timeouts. We'll stay here with 4:26 to go. 16-7, Jeanerette on top. And again, happy to have you with us on Kane Radio, also streaming our audio, as always, at Kane1240.com. but happy to have some streaming video. And again, I want to thank our crew, Todd Bernard, Nick Stassi, Truck Gisclair, getting the job done. Appreciate their effort. And again, streaming at Kane 1240, Kane1240.com, but also on our Facebook page, Kane 1240 AM. And I believe our Tesh Matters page shared that video as well. John Jay scores on an Anthony Rizzo single. Cubs in the top of the third inning lead the Brewers 2-0. Big game there for the Cubs. 3.5 up on those same Milwaukee Brewers. 4:26 to go. Again, 4th and 5, maybe a little bit longer than 5 yards. Loreauville opens it up. 3 receivers to the near side. Rolling that way is Alexander, and he tosses complete at the 22-yard line. Dropped pretty much where he caught it, but plenty enough for a first down. Keith, did you have a chance to see how close he was to the line of scrimmage when he threw?
No, Jeff, I was not. I angled myself further down, about 5 yards down more field, so I couldn't see. But Jeff, Zai Alexander did a great job of splitting the defenders, and it was out of flat. It was a flat play, and there was no coverage, but very poor coverage for Jeanerette, which allowed Loreauville to get that first down, new life.
Again, Alexander out of the shotgun. We had seen him under center for several of these plays recently. Hand off to Joseph. Little toss, and he'll get about 2 yards, but that's about it on first down. We'll look at 2nd and 8. 3:55 and ticking here in this opening half, second quarter.
Jeff, that play dotted on the vine. Zai did a very low pitch. So the run back for Loreauville had to kind of squat down to get the ball. So his footing wasn't correct. Allowed the linebacking crew for Jeanerette to come up and make the tackle for only 2 yards.
You know, they've only moved the ball about 35 yards, but it seems like it has taken forever to get these 35 yards. 3:29 to go in this first half. Zai again working out of the shotgun. Joseph to his left. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near, and Alexander's going to keep it. And he's going to be brought down. I think that was Rollins, who finally now does bring him down. I had him dead after about 2-3 yards, but he made it near a first down carry.
Jeanerette had him stacked for almost a loss. But poor farm tackling on the part of Jeanerette allows Zai Alexander with his good athletic ability to skip around and go ahead and get close to for first down.
And missed that one. Alexander almost snuck that one over. Don't think it's going to be enough for the first down. And it's going to be another 4th down decision for Loreauville. 2:35 and ticking. 3 receivers, and boy, that ball moved. I thought they were still in formation or getting into formation when he took it up the gut that time. No doubt a first down.
Well, Jeff, let's back up one play. Marcus Colbert did a job of shooting the gap and holding his eye for no gain at all. But now Loreauville wanted a quick snap, and basically it was a rugby scrum because the running back for Loreauville was pushing Zai forward to get the first down.
So goal-to-goal situation just inside the 10-yard. 1st and goal at the 10. 2:18 left in this half. Hands it off to Joseph up the middle. He breaks a tackle over the left side. Avoids another defender in for a touchdown. Leslie Joseph puts Loreauville within 2 or 3, waiting the point after.
Poor tackling by Loreauville, Jeff. I mean, by Jeanerette. That was it. He should have been stopped 3 plays ago. But Loreauville had 3 players out there, broke down their lane requirements, but did a poor job of wrapping up the running back for Loreauville, allowing him to scamper in and make it look easy. I think I could have ran that play.
About a 10-play, 55-yard drive. The point after. Legrand-Jean to attempt the 1-point conversion. Snap is there. The hold and the kick is up, and it is good. 14 points now for Loreauville. 16-14. Jeanerette leads. 2:11 to go in our first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with the kickoff, brought to you by Johnny's Pizza after this. And indeed, we do welcome you back here at Kane Radio AM 1240, also streaming our video at kane1240.com and on Facebook, Kane 1240 AM. Jeff Boggs along with Keith Hebert. And again, our video crew, Todd Bernard on the camera, Nick Stassi producing, Truck overseeing the whole operation. Appreciate their support tonight. Little short kick, bounces at about the 30 and rolling to the near side. McClellan Molo brings it across the 40 for about a 12, 13-yard return. 2:07 to go. And again, Loreauville trailing 16-14, but even though they're still trailing, that was a big drive for the Tigers of Loreauville. Now Jeanerette looking to answer in these final couple of minutes. Again, next week we're going to be at Nish as they host district rival Lagrange. 6:10, our Southern-style automotive pregame show. 3 receivers in the near side. I thought I heard a whistle, but no, the play continues. And up the middle, run by Mitchell. Ahmad barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. I got him down 6 carries, 28 yards unofficially. Minute 46 and ticking. Second, call it a long 9. Again, 2 receivers on either side. Wider side is the near side. And back to pass. Maxey throws a little short, intended for Jalen Durbany, senior wide receiver. Neither quarterback has had a great night throwing the ball, but that's not their strengths for either team. Clock stopped with a minute and a half, minute 32 actually. And again, 3rd and 9 coming up. Looks like similar formation here. Maxey out of the shotgun. Again, 2 receivers near side. One goes in motion from the far to the near side. Sparrow gets the ball as he moves. Coming to the near side, stops short of the first down, but does pick up some substantial yardage to about the 48, about a 7-yard pickup, maybe a little bit more than that.
It was just a flank play to the near side, Jeff. And what happened was Jeanerette lineman pulled. Go ahead and take out the linebacking crew of Loreauville on this side. Go ahead and leave it very short. Possible first down here, Jeff. Only 2 yards of real estate to cover.
Minute 2 and ticking. Nothing else Jeanerette would like to kill the clock, even if, and we got almost a little movement there. They're trying to draw him offside. And now they're going to throw a flag, even though a Loreauville player never did cross the line, didn't enter the neutral zone, but he did bob once, almost twice.
Well, Jeff, that's it. Jeanerette double clutched. So they got greedy, and it cost them 5 yards. Now you got to punt the ball.
Yeah, I did not see the Jeanerette movement unless they called it on the quarterback, Maxey.
And they did, Jeff. That's what it was, a head bob.
Gotcha.
So he was trying to play a Beth Favre out of his playbook. It didn't work.
So Jeanerette will punt. We've seen some nice kicks from Noah Rollins tonight for Jeanerette. He'll stand at about his 32 awaiting the snap. Loreauville's deep at about the 27-yard line. And again, we await the kick with 50 seconds left in the half. 16-14, Jeanerette on top. Good snap. Kick is there, off toward the near side. They're going to let that one go. Well, didn't even have a chance to let it go out of bounds. It landed initially out of bounds, and Loreauville should have it in pretty good position, but with just 44 seconds to go.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Red does. Does he sit on the ball with 44 seconds? Does he try to move it to put himself in position to make a score? So it's going to be very interesting to see how Red chooses to play his 44 seconds.
And ball is spotted at the 41. I thought maybe he would have gotten a little better of a spot. So again, 1st and 10. It is a wide open formation here. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Out of the shotgun, Alexander looking, throws to the far side, but he is incomplete. A ball that probably should have been caught. It was well covered, would have been down immediately after about a 3-4 yard pickup. But wasn't going to be the kind of play that was going to generate a whole lot of yards for you. But you would have liked to have got the possession.
Bartlesen of all receivers, catch the ball first and look where you're going with it second. Unfortunately, he did the opposite.
Did stop the clock with 41 seconds. 2 timeouts left for Loreauville. And 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Alexander out of the shotgun. Steps up, now will keep it across the 45 to the 50. If he steps out of bounds, that'll stop the clock. Well, first down would have stopped the clock as well. But he does pick up substantial yardage, about 14 yards, and a Coca-Cola first down.
That was just a mental breakdown on Jeanerette's part, Jeff. All of them got out of containment. Zod did a very good job of scampering to the near side, Jeff. You're going to get a needed first down for Loreauville and making it closer to pay dirt.
So the Loreauville Tigers now at Jeanerette territory at the 45-yard line. 33 seconds left, and again 2 timeouts. Alexander will keep this one again, goes to the far sideline, picks up about 4 or 5 yards before he is pushed out of bounds near the 40-yard line, and that stops the clock with 24 seconds left in this first half.
Jeanerette's playing too soft, Jeff. These runs, there's no pass intended at all. But Jeanerette's playing too soft and not being aggressive with 24 seconds left in the game, in the half, Jeff, and that's how Zai Alexander's being able to eat this real estate up.
They bring it to the 38-yard line officially. Second, a long 2 to go. Again, that far hash mark, left to right there working it. Wide receivers, 4 are split. Alexander throws to that far side, overthrows his intended receiver, Brennan Williams.
Now see Jeanerette on that play, Jeff, tightened up the defensive both on the line play and the secondary. So Zai had nowhere to go with the ball. So hats off to Jeanerette for making the necessary adjustment, being more aggressive on their side of the ball, and stopping Loreauville for 0 gain with 20 seconds left, and really on 3rd down and 4.
It's more like 2, maybe 3 yards to go on 3rd down. And again out of the shotgun, and that'll move Loreauville 5 yards, unless Loreauville drew Jeanerette off. I thought it was clearly offside on Jeanerette, and it is. So that'll be a first down without moving the clock. It'll be at the 33-yard line. And again, 20 seconds to go with 1st and 10 coming.
That's a freebie for Jeanerette.
3 receivers near side, wide side of the field. They throw to the middle man, Brennan Williams, inside the 30. About the 29-yard line, a 4-yard pickup, and Loreauville stops the clock. They take their 2nd timeout with 1 remaining. We'll stay here. 16-14 the score. This break in the action brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey.
Now, Jeff, that play made no sense whatsoever. It was a quick-looking pass, Jeff, and there was 2 men in the secondary for Jeanerette. So Loreauville had very few yards to run. So I don't know what the offensive coordinator was thinking when he called that particular play. Because, one, if you tackled, which he was, then, of course, you stop the clock with only 15 seconds to play. So, call.
And again, as you mentioned, 15 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 33 or 28-yard line, excuse me, when we do resume play. And again, I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to a few of our sponsors, including Berard Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, Village Market in Loreauville, at Broussard Marine, Southern Style Automotive, Coca-Cola of New Iberia, Iberia Medical Center, Jimmy Champagne, Allstate Insurance among our sponsors. Appreciate their support of our broadcast and videocast this evening as well at Kane1240.com. 2nd and 5 coming up. 1 receiver to the near side, 3 to the left side, far side as we see it, and in trouble Alexander. He's going to keep it. He's got first down yardage to the 15 near the 10-yard line. He steps out of bounds as well, saving that timeout.
Well, Jeff, very good job by the secondary Jeanerette. Everybody was covered. Zai was looking for a lane to throw. He had none. But yet, unfortunately, the linebackers were playing so soft for Jeanerette, it allows Zai to go ahead and get that first down and make it closer with 7 seconds. They got a pass now. They got a chance for 2 pass plays, and that's the only way they can do it. They can't afford to run the ball.
And, Lagrange is a capable kicker, so, again, you want to throw into the end zone, but you do have that timeout, and that's important to remember. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Alexander will keep it, and I guess they planned on taking that timeout. 2 seconds left, and they take the timeout, and they'll attempt the kick. I would have thought they tried to run it more so toward the middle of the field. They took it to the left side, so it'll be a tougher kick from the left hash. I'm not sure how much experience Mr. Lagrange has. Landon Lagrange, the sophomore place kicker, with this kind of an angle.
Well, I think Zah was trying to do is get his quick kicker in a few more yards, Jeff, but unfortunately he lost sight of where he was position-wise, and now you got one from the left hash mark.
It'll be about a 28-yard attempt. Snap is there. The kick is nowhere near. In fact, it's maybe returnable. No, it's out of the end zone. He can't bring it out of the end zone, can he?
No, but what happened, Jeff, is roughing the kicker. So Jeanerette did a good job, but they overran the play, Jeff, and hurt the kicker for Loreauville, so now they're going to get a free play. But unfortunately, your kicker's down, so now what do you do?
Well, again, we'll determine that, I guess, after the play. And an untimed down coming up, perhaps. Half the distance penalty might bring it to about the 6-yard line. Is my math fairly accurate there?
It is, Jeffrey. But, boy, you hate to see that to a kicker. You know, you're naked out there. As a kicker, you're naked. And, of course, you know, it wasn't an ill shot by Jeanerette. They were just aggressive. So I blame neither party in the situation. But, unfortunately, Loreauville's kick is down. Everybody's, of course, on the knee right now taking concern. The coaches are out there looking at the kicker. So there he's going to get up. Good sign, Jeff. Good sign.
Absolutely. Hopefully not a head kind of an injury, but no injury's fun, but you worry about those head injuries and slow to get up. But he will head to the far sideline, and the Rural Health Clinic in Loreauville will take a good look at him tomorrow, if not tonight. Appreciate their support of Loreauville Athletics as well as our broadcast and the Loreauville Tiger Sports Show on Wednesdays at about 6:10 here on Kane Radio AM 1240. So let's see where the dust settles on this one, and it looks like another kicker is going to attempt a kick. It looks like Adam Emel is going to attempt a little bit of a shorter kick. He'll spot at about the 13-yard line for about a 23-yard kick.
And Jeff, Anais Johnson's flirting with Farr right now, Jeff, because he's on the field trying to get a call from the ref. You know, these refs are not going to tolerate it. Now, Anais might have an issue with the call, okay, but not in the middle of the field. You bring the referee over because that's a good way to get thrown out of a ball game, Jeff.
I don't think he's satisfied yet with the answer he's getting. He is finally working back toward the near sideline.
Now, Jeanerette have no position to boo, Jeff. Anais is wrong in this situation. He needs to bring the referees over to the sideline. But, Jeff, don't go out in the middle of the field and stop a play.
And it'll be interesting to see if we can take a look at a review maybe at halftime on that. But here we go with the second attempted field goal. It'll be spotted, the snap is at about the 6 to about the 13-yard line, where the holder, Lucas Landry, will try and get Adam Emel a good hold on, again, a tough angle to the left hash mark. And remember, those high school hash marks are so much wider than what you might be used to in the NFL. If you watch NFL games, college a little bit wider, but still not nearly as wide as the hash marks are in high school football.
And Jeff, if I could interject from what Anais Johnson's argument is that they hit the ball first, then the kicker. And the referee saying, Coach, you're right. But another player was involved, which ran into the kicker, and that's caused it a penalty. So they're both, Anais is right on the first half, but he's not correct on the backside.
I don't think, well, again, the high school rule might be different, but if the ball is touched, everybody's fair game almost after that. He's not really, what's the word I'm looking for, unprotected player once that ball is touched.
Well, we're going to see if we get a clarification from Coach as soon as this play's run.
Indeed, we'll look forward to those sideline interviews brought to us by Acadiana Hearing, 425 East St. Peter. Again, Adam Emel now to attempt that, what will be about a 23-yard field goal attempt to put Loreauville up by 1 if it happens. Snap is there. The kick is up. It is no good, a little off to the right, and it is going to remain 16-14. And again, Keith Hebert down on the sideline. Coach Johnson looking to talk to one of his players before they head to the sidelines, and we'll get to Coach Johnson here in just a moment when Keith has a chance. Keith, take it away.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Coach, give us your analysis on that last call with the referee.
Well, we hit the ball. We hit the ball. Our guys ran into each other, and they want to holler about we went at the kicker. No, we hit the ball. That's why he missed it. We tipped the ball, and I was just trying to get the referee to give me an explanation, but he was ignoring me.
Your assessment of the first half as far as defensive play.
We got to tackle better. We tackle better, we're going to be all right.
Your offense seems to be moving the ball quite well, Coach.
Offense doing a great job. Offense doing a great job. Defense got to help them out. We're going to be fine this next half.
Thanks very much, and good luck to you in the second half. Jeff, as always, these Solomon reports are brought to you by K&N Hearing at 425 East Main Street for all your auditory needs.
Appreciate their support, and again, we'll have another of those coaches' interviews just before the end of halftime. But again, at the half, 16-14 the score. Jeanerette on top at home over the Loreauville Tigers. Again, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. Tell you what, Marty, make it a 3-minute timeout, and we'll be back with some of the first half numbers and more from Jeanerette. Once again, 16-14 at the half. Stay with us here on Kane Radio, AM 1240, and streaming audio and video at kane1240.com. Again, we do welcome you back here on Kane at the half. 16-14, Jeanerette at home leading the Loreauville Tigers in this district night opener, a special Thursday night edition of Kane Radio's coverage of high school football, and even more special because we have some streaming video along with it at our website, kane1240.com. Also off our Facebook page, Kane 1240 AM, again on Facebook, Kane 1240 AM. Like the page, enjoy the video, hopefully, as well as our radio broadcast here at Kane 1240 AM. First half numbers for either team, not necessarily spectacular, but Let's give you a Jeanerette, 93 yards on the ground, 17 in the air, according to my numbers. 110 total yards on offense, but of course a big punt return for a touchdown, helping them with that 16-14 lead. Sean Sparrow, 7 carries, 45 yards. Mikhail Maxey, 3 carries, 11 yards, including 1-yard touchdown run. Deontay Keel, 1 carry, 2 yards. Elton Alexander, 3 carries, 7 yards. And Ahmad Mitchell, 6 carries, 28 yards. Maxey, 1 completion of 17 yards, 1 of 5 throwing the ball tonight. For Loreauville, Leslie Joseph, 11 carries, 51 yards. Zy Alexander, 7 carries, 103, including that 56-yard run that he had. Again, 7 carries, 103 yards, 149 total yards rushing the ball. Brennan Williams lost 5 on 1 carry. And throwing the ball, Zy Alexander, 6 of 10 for 52 yards. Most of that to Brennan Williams, who had 3 for 22 yards. 3 receptions for 22. And I didn't catch the number of the 22-yard touchdown pass that was thrown as well. So again, total offense, 201 yards for the Loreauville Tigers. Again, very unofficially. Scoring summary in that first half, 3 straight punts, 2 of them by Jeanerette before Loreauville got the ball at their own 18. And it was a 56-yard run. And the Lagrange kick made it 7-0. 3:40 left on the clock in that opening period. Time of possession, 1:34, 6 plays, 82 yards. And it would be pretty obvious that I didn't include, it was Zy Alexander with the 56 yards. The run on that one, failed to mention it just now. But again, Zy's 56-yard touchdown run. Again, Jeanerette would get the ball back, give it up on downs. Loreauville would punt the ball away, and Jeanerette, early in the second period, would get the ball at the Loreauville 49-yard line. 6-play drive capped by Maxey's 1-yard touchdown run. Went for a 2-point conversion. It was good, and it was 8-7. Jeanerette with their first lead of the ball game with 8:45 to go in the second period. Time of possession, 2:15 on that 6-play 49-yard drive. Loreauville would get the ball back, get their own 40 in decent position. Got a quick 5 yards before they lost that 5 yards on a penalty. Ended up kicking without advancing the ball further. And it was a Sparrow 70-yard punt return for a touchdown. Another 2-point conversion made it 16-7. And again, with 7:19 to go, it was 16-7. Loreauville answered quickly back, though. A 10-yard run by Joseph. Lagrange's kick made it 16-14 with 2:11 left in the first half. Time of possession on that drive, 5:08, 10 plays, 55 yards. So again, that's your first half numbers. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with more coming up after these. Again, our halftime score, 16-14. Jeanerette leading Loreauville here on Kane Radio, AM 12. Stay with us. And we are back. Jeff Boggs with you. Got a special halftime treat. Our halftime score, by the way, 16-14, Jeanerette leading. And across the field at about the 45-yard line, we've got Trent Delahousie, former head coach of these Loreauville Tigers, now the athletic director, along with Keith Hebert. Keith?
Thank you, Jeffrey. Well, let me actually report a question. You missed it yet?
Yeah, you know, I definitely miss the Friday nights. You know, the adrenaline rush and the kids and you know, all the pageantry that nothing like high school football. And you know, that's the part I miss. But you know, being at home with the kids now on the weekends and not missing what they're going through is you know.
Tell us about the family.
Doing great. You know, I got a new girl at home. You know.
Keith, you're breaking up on us. Maybe you can walk up a little.
Well, Coach, do you have any advice for Rhett, or you just basically he's becoming his own man?
Oh no, absolutely. Rhett's doing a great. For he's always run our offense. I mean, there was no doubt that he would do a great job. But you know, I mean, he's he you know, a lot of a little growing pains right now. But you know, next.
Has the coach bug anybody come up to you and push you for a job yet?
Situation.
Keith, gonna need you to either
Happy where I'm at.
Closer, or we're gonna have to end this one because either the distance.
Thanks, Coach.
Is us a problem.
Okay, Jeffrey, back up to you.
All right. Once again, thanks to Acadiana Hearing at 425 East St. Peter. Find them online at Acadiana Hearing, newiberia.com. We'll try and get an interview with Coach Rhett Pelche coming up after this 2-minute timeout. Once again, we'll take a 2-minute timeout and hopefully be back with Loreauville head coach Rhett Pelche. Stay with us. Again, our halftime score is 16-14. Jeanerette leads on Kane1240.com and Kane Radio AM 1240. And we do welcome you back on Kane Radio AM 1240, streaming both audio and video at Kane1240.com. And with us with another Acadiana Hearing sideline report, Keith Hebert with Coach Rhett Pelche.
Thank you, Jeff. Coach, your assessment of the first half of your club.
You know, we definitely, you know, we gave up the punt return, which was disappointing. But, you know, I thought offensively we are executing, you know, better than we have in the last few games, you know, which I was happy about. You know, unfortunately, we had that one bad snap that killed the drive, and then you know, I didn't disagree with the field goal attempt down here when the conference call. They should have forced them to call a timeout, which would have allowed us to get our kicker back on the field. But you know, I mean, that's how it goes. So
you ran 36 plays in the first half. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, we're just trying to execute. You know, that's all we're looking for. We're trying to execute, make yards, and get first downs. You know, I mean, I'm really not concerned with the amount of plays that we're running right now.
It's a very disciplined club. Two penalties for 10 yards. You have to be happy with that.
Yeah, you know, very happy about that. You know, we have an inexperienced ball club, but you know they're doing well. They're learning, and I mean, you can see it in this game, and we just got to put it together. You know.
Thanks, and good luck to you in the second half, please.
Thank you.
Jeff, back up to you, and as always, Acadiana Hearing at 424 to 425 East St. Peter for all your auditory needs.
And again, find them online, Acadiana Hearing, newiberia.com. We'll get back to our previously called timeout. We'll take a 2-minute break. Back with the second half right after these here on Kane Radio AM 1240. Stay with us. 16-14, our score at the half. Jeanerette on top. Kickoff coming up next. And we do welcome you back. The kickoff is upon us. Jeanerette kicking off to Loreauville at the 30-yard line. That kick brought to you by Johnny's Pizza to the 40-yard line. Across the 45, Bradley Benjamin, the senior, brings it to the 50-yard line, midfield stripe. And Loreauville will have it in good position. I said that was Bradley. That was number 2, Leslie Joseph, on the return to midfield. Again, a nice start for the Loreauville Tigers, trailing 16-14. Again, that kickoff brought to you by Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31. And again, we are ready for some football here in the second half. Just underway. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, short side of the field. Zy Alexander back out of the shotgun. So some double wing formations in that first half, but they have retreated back. Sideline pass complete, but for a loss of 4. And again, that one not playing out, I think, the way Coach Pelche drew it up. Brennan Williams loses 4 yards.
And Jeff, that was only because it was a very slow developing play. Number 2 for Lundy for Jeanerette basically read the play, watched the quarterback's eyes like you're supposed to as a DB, and was basically snuffed the pass, so we really had nowhere to go.
So it'll be second and about 14, nearly 15 yards. Knows the ball at the 45. They need to get to just short of the 40-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers now to the near side, wide side of the field. That's Drake Dressel on the far side alone. Out of the shotgun, Alexander. Joseph behind him. He'll get the handoff up the gut, and he's got about 5-6 yards. Gets that loss back, but still a long third down coming up, nearly 10 yards.
Loreauville did a very good job, Jeff, of blocking out, allowing the running back to run through the gap. But number 42 for Jeanerette coming for his linebacker position, Jeff, and made the stop. So very good defensive heads up by number 42 for Jeanerette.
So again, third, nearly 10 yards back at midfield. Similar formation, 3 wide to the near side. And back to pass, Alexander looking up the middle. He's got 2 defenders in a good position. One tips and incomplete. The interception that almost was, that was Darius Hawkins on the coverage. Good coverage by Jeanerette in general. I think Troy Gilliam's there as well.
And Jeff, another down quail by Zy Alexander, Jeff. Again, the receiver for Loreauville did not turn around. It was slow getting to him. Hawkins put himself in great position to make the INT, but just miscalculated his jump. That's the only thing that stopped him from making it.
So again, 4th down, the punting unit on at midfield, standing back at about the 37-yard line. New punter into the game, of course, as well, with LaGrangeant. Gets a good kickoff inside the 20, bobbled by, and it's still loose after Kiel failed to scoop it up. Loreauville may have it, and they're going to be in great position inside the 5-yard line.
Mortal sin, Jeff, by a kick return man for Jeanerette. Mortal sin, you basically catch the ball, then run. Don't plant your feet one by a half step and then try to catch the ball. It doesn't work that way. Now Loreauville's knocking on the door. Christmas came early on this play for Loreauville, Jeff.
They're going to spot it right at the 5, Keith. So again, it'll be first and goal to goal for Loreauville, trailing 16-14. And a tighter formation. Williams in motion. Out the middle, I'm not sure exactly what all happened there, but obviously Joseph with nowhere to go.
Well, Jeff, it was just a simple dive play on the right side, but the linebacker, the down lineman, the linebacker crew for Jeanerette shot the gap. And that's what stuffed the play, because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage. So that play had nowhere to go but down.
Good news for them. They didn't lose anything. They pretty much give them forward progress at the line of scrimmage. So we'll try it again, 2nd and 5. 1 wide receiver near side. Williams in motion. Again, Joseph the call over the left side. A couple of yards, but not much there. We'll see 3rd and goal at about the 3.
The Jeanerette defense now, Jeff, is closing ranks. And that's why the play only went for 1.5 yards. So Jeanerette can bow up right here and hold him. That'd be great moral support for the Jeanerette offense.
Couple of opportunities. Looks like the ball right at the 3-yard line. Tough angle for me. And again, the keeper up the gut, and it is a touchdown for Zy Alexander. A 3-yard touchdown run puts Loreauville back on top. So again, Alexander keeping it And I would imagine we may see a 2-point conversion now, or will we see the kicking team out there? And I think Landon Lagrange is back out
Yes, he
onto
is
the
back,
field.
Jeff. He is
I
back.
saw an ambulance that seemed like it was having a lot of activity, and I was a little concerned maybe he was jumping in it, but good news. Lagrange will attempt the 1-point conversion, brought to us by Johnny's Pizza. The snap is there, the kick is up. Good rush again by Jeanerette, and it's off to the left. Our score will remain 20-16, 9:13 to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with the kickoff after these here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And apparently we are back. 9:13 on the clock. Loreauville now with a 20-16 lead, 9:13 to go. And Keith, again, I'm going to ask that you try and find a better spot as we're getting a lot of static upstairs. And again, that gets us static out in the audience. So Lagrange to kick things off from the 40, from left to right as we see it. Another little squib kick toward the far side of the field, rolls out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. I would imagine when we return, I think it passed the 35 before it went out of bounds. So again, Jeanerette with decent field position as we begin this drive. Their second of the half. Of course, their first one ended disastrously with the muff punt.
And Jeff, if we could go back just for a minute on the extra point. The snap was rushed, the kick was rushed, so that's really had nowhere to go but down, Jeff. So that's the only reason why, because it was great great kickoff, field goal protection by the Loreauville offensive line, but everything was just rushed for no apparent reason, and it goofed.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at 35. I misspoke. This is really their first offensive drive of the half. And out of the shotgun, Maxey, two in the backfield with them, hands it to Keel, I believe that was. No, Alexander gets the call, picks up just about a yard.
Calvin Furlot for Loreauville, Jeff, shot his gap position and did a great ankle tackle. That's what you're supposed to do to bring that powerful running back down for Jeanerette.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. In the far hash mark, right to left, they move it as we see it. And obviously, if you're streaming the video, you're seeing it as well. Two receivers near side, one to the far side. Again, Alexander the handoff, trying to get around that right side. Flag is down. Didn't have much to begin with. He finished with about a yard, but if that's a holding call in the backfield, that could be a pretty substantial loss, maybe at 10, 12 yards.
Yeah, it's Jeff. When either the umpire or your ref throws a flag in the middle of the field, it's going to be offensive holding.
And again, just depends where the spot was, determining where that penalty will bring them back to. And I'm thinking it'll be close to the 28-yard line. And 8:33 to go in this second half, third quarter of the second half. 20-16, Loreauville on top, taking advantage of the turnover. The spot looks actually more to the 26-yard line, so indeed a tough penalty there for Jeanerette. The handoff coming to the near side. Mitchell having trouble turning the corner, finally does. Cross the 35, 40, 45-yard line. Ahmad Mitchell got a 20-yard pickup there.
And Jeff, that's only Jeanerette's fourth first down of the game. That's incredible. 36 plays total for Jeanerette, but only 3 first downs.
Keep in mind, though, with that penalty, it's still a third down. 3rd and about 2 coming up here. They need to get to the 45. The handoff to Alexander, maybe Mitchell again. It was Mitchell, and he does have the first down yardage. Fought through the scrum to get the 3 yards, 2 yards needed, maybe a third. And it is a Coca-Cola first down for the Tigers.
That was just great offensive line play by Jeanerette, but very poor execution by Loreauville to stop a short play like that, Jeff.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Actually gets the play from the sideline. Brings it back in. Mikhail Maxey. A couple of good running performances by Sparrow and Mitchell today. And here we go, 1st and 10. And in motion, Keel from the near to the far side. Mitchell gets the call. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Does not advance it much more past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
Jeff, it was a quick dive play to the far side of the field, and the down lineman for Loreauville shed their blocks very quickly, and basically that play had nowhere to go.
2nd and 10 coming up, 7:20 and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Toward the near hash mark on the, excuse me, near hash mark, again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Maxey downfield, overthrows the intended receiver by about 10 yards or so.
Well, Jeff, the quarterback was not fully set. He just flung it as far as he could go and overshot his receiver about 8 yards.
Jackalix Lundy, the intended receiver, down the near sideline.
And we have the injured Loreauville player on the ground, Jeff. It could be a possible cramping issue. Number 52 for Loreauville.
Tarek Wilkins, a junior. Hopefully he'll be okay. We'll take a timeout here, an injury timeout that's breaking the action. Brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. We'll try a 60-second break. And again, our score 20-16, 7:04 left to go in the 3rd when we return here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back here on Kane. Jeff Boggs along with Keith Hebert, Marty Harrell, our studio engineer, and finally slowly getting off the field, Tarek Wilkins, the junior, off on his own power. He's not exactly racing to the sidelines, Keith, but at least he is up on his own power, and he'll be back in this game. So out of the timeout, 3rd and 10 coming up, but a whistle is going to stop this one. Again, our score 20-16.
Timeout, Loreauville.
The play clock was at 12. Not sure why they felt the need to take a timeout. Since we just came out of a timeout, we'll just take this opportunity to say thanks again to District Attorney Bo Dewey. Brings us our breaks in the action with about 6:57 to go. I wonder, too, if they'll take that water break timeout as well. Of course, lack of water may have been the problem there for Mr. Wilkins on the sideline.
But, Jeff, the humidity is starting to grow down on the field. You know, it was when the sun was still out, going down towards our west, Jeff, the humidity didn't seem that bad. But now as the night goes on, the air's getting heavier. So it's starting to maybe take a toll on some of these players because these guys are just sweating bullets. And part of the problem is the humidity.
All right, looks like the Blackhawks had a 1-0 lead at home against Detroit in their exhibition second game, but home opener in the preseason. Cubs are up 2-0 last I saw. And you and I are the only ones probably concerned about that.
Yes, we are.
47-yard line. It is 3rd and 10 out of the shotgun Maxey and also out of that Loreauville timeout. And he'll throw middle of the field, incomplete, intended at the 38-yard line.
Jeff, that was a picture perfect. It doesn't get any better than that. You have 3 defenders for Loreauville, not even within 4 yards of the receiver. The receiver's on his knees. He threw a Jamarcus Russell pass into the dirt. I mean, now you basically give your receiver no chance to catch the pass.
So the punting unit on, and again, this has been a good aspect. You don't want to see your punter maybe as much as Jeanerette has, but Rollins has done a nice job. Stands and kicks from about the 38-yard line. Bounces at the 27, picked up and returned and brought down immediately at about the 26-yard line. So no return on that punt, pretty dangerous situation there. And right now, Brennan Williams kind of limping off the field. Looks like maybe an ankle issue or, again, maybe a cramping issue. But he is off on his own power, but on one foot for the most part.
No, it's definitely an ankle. The way he torqued his body, Jeff, and as you can see, he's trying to walk it off right now. A cramping problem, he wouldn't have been able to move.
2:31 time of possession on that drive. Loreauville again will get the ball with 6:42 to go at their own 26. Out of the shotgun, one receiver near side, through to the far side. Flag is going to stop this one before it begins. And again, it looks like
against
encroachment. Jeanerette. So that'll move him up 5 yards. Again, 6:42 on the clock in this third quarter. Loreauville up 20-16.
Jeff, why is it whenever we come to Jeanerette, I'm just inundated with insects? I mean, I had one fly in my eye. I'm still having issues with that. One flew up my nose.
Kind of out in the country. Bayou's not too far away there.
I guess.
Out of the shotgun, Maxey tosses it to Leslie Joseph, trying to get around the left side. Loses about a yard. Never did quite get to make that turn, and we'll see second down and about 6.
You know, Jeff, Jeanerette's been very good about stringing that play out. Whenever there's a pitch dive to either side of the ball, Jeanerette does a good job of just floating with the ball, floating with the runner, and basically they get nominal gain out of it. Now, again, I don't know what Loreauville saw in that play. Maybe they're going to try to catch him sleeping. But Jeanerette was very disciplined in that last play of flowing with the football.
So it'll be a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 7 coming up. Ball just short of the 25-yard now, or 30-yard line, excuse me. Screen pass complete to Anthony. Takes it along the near sideline to the 40. Has enough for a first down. It's going to be about an 11-yard, now call it a 10-yard pickup for Anthony.
That was just a lapse coverage play for Jeanerette. The Loreauville receiver, who's now limping off because the way he was hit, Jeanerette was not even within 9 yards of the receiver, Jeff, and they closed too slowly, but there was just playing both running secondary guys were playing way soft. Now we've got another cramping issue for Loreauville on the floor.
And appropriately at the 5:55 mark, where the officials would have taken a water break timeout. So we will take a 30-second timeout here. Again, our score 20-16, 5:55 to go in this third quarter. Loreauville on top with a first down when we return after a 30-second break here on Kane Radio AM 1240. Here on Kane, again the water break timeout, and also an injury. I think that was, again, Anthony. He was off for the most part on his own power there, and looked like he had a pretty good sprint back to the sideline. We'll have 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jeff Boggs, Keith Hebert, Marty Harrell, our studio engineer, Nick Stassi, our video engineer, and Todd Bernard up on top filming for us today. Truck also assisting our webcast, and again the handoff going nowhere. Maybe a gain of a half a yard for Leslie Joseph, setting up 2nd and a long 9. .5:28 and ticking. 2nd and 10 coming up at the 40-yard line. Drake Dressel wide to the near side, double wing formation. And the man in motion, Alexander fakes to one, gives it to Garon Lewis. The sophomore picks up about 3 yards. Keith, need to find your happy spot down there. We're getting a lot of static. We'll try and clear that up. 3rd and 7 coming up. Ball at about the 42-yard line. Again, similar formation, double wings, wide receiver to near side, Dressel. Alexander under center, Leslie Joseph the tailback, along with the double wings, one in motion. Fakes to him and looking to drop back. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Jeanerette with an interception return, and finally brought down at about the 10-yard line. That was 46, who, of course, is not on our roster.
Jeff, the defensive line for Jeanerette got great push, and they got those paws up from the interior lineman, and the Zive just basically, there was too little trajectory on that pass. So hats off to the defensive effort by Jeanerette.
4:25 on the clock, 2 minutes 17 seconds time of possession there. And Jeanerette now with an opportunity to take advantage of a turnover, similarly as Loreauville took advantage earlier in this quarter. So at the 10-yard line, or just short of the 10-yard line, handoff to Sparrow, trying to get around the right side. Finally does get a little room there. Picks up about 5 yards.
And Jeff, Jeanerette's proved that when they get in these close yardage situations, they can out-muscle the Loreauville defensive line. And right now, it's basically what they're doing, just nothing fancy, just overpowering them in every position to drive the ball in.
2nd and 5. Ball just outside the 5-yard line. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. 3:50 left in the quarter, third quarter. They trail by 4. Man in motion for Jeanerette. Keel from the near to the far side. They hand it off inside. Sparrow inside the 5 to about the, well, actually, no. They're going to say he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe I misread where the ball was initially. Yeah, they're going to give him a couple yards. It'll set up 3rd and about 3. Again, the Tigers working in a couple of players. Maxey back from the sidelines. Another player coming to the near sideline. Keel will get out for this play. Wide receiver to the far side, Jalen Durbany. Now whistles, trying to figure out what's going on there.
And it looks like a marker issue, Jeff. They point towards the far sideline.
And I've been kind of curious about where they've been marking. So here we go. It will be 2nd down. And the handoff, nope, fakes it. Maxey rolling now to the near side. Tosses, loses the ball. Maxey gets it, but out of bounds it goes. So a little razzle-dazzle there. Was that perhaps a forward pass?
Jeff, they got cute on the play. The pass, the lateral was too high. So, and of course, the running back, another mortal sin, you don't run until you have the ball in possession. Now, so we've seen this on both teams several times tonight, whereas they're not getting possession of the ball and they're making a full pop for the team.
So it comes back to about the 7-yard line, where it will be 4th and about 4, a long 3 to go. And again, the officials conferring as to maybe what should be the spot of the ball. That was a forward pass. You don't lose the yardage. If it was a lateral, then of course you spot it where the ball goes out of bounds.
Now they're hollering 3rd down, Jeff, so it looks like they're going to call it. Now, well, there's some mass confusion. Some are saying 3, some are saying 4th. Now they're going to go ahead and change them play now. They're going to send the field goal unit.
All right, again, a 4-point ball game, 2:47 to go. This field goal attempt brought to you by Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive. Interesting, they haven't gone for a 1-point conversion tonight. Went for 2 points both times. Now they'll call a timeout. We'll take a break, 20-16, 2:47 to go in this third quarter. We'll see if they kick a field goal, attempt to kick a field goal when we return in 30 seconds here on Cane Radio, AM 1240. kind of curious where that one came from, but here we are with 2:47 to go.
And Jeff, Anais had to burn a timeout because his kick team was so lackadaisical getting in position, and the clock was running out. He had to burn an unnecessary timeout.
Todrick Paul to attempt the field goal. And again, this kick brought to you by Johnny's Pizza. Snap is there. The kick is up. It looks solid, and it is. 20-19 our score with 2:43 to go. Again, that field goal, about 22 yards the attempt. And again, good by Todrick Paul. Kind of surprised we hadn't seen him on PATs. But a nice solid kick there. A good play overall for the Jeanerette Tigers. Again, 2:43 left on the clock. A minute 42 time of possession. Of course, they got the ball at the Loreauville 12-yard line, so in great position there. Once again, thanks to Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31. McCall, order ahead, 342-2669. Appreciate that. So again, kicking off from the 40, right to left as we see it. I appreciate the research there, Marty, back at the studio. From the 24-yard line, returning up the gut to the 45-yard line, about a 21-yard return. I believe that was Garon Lewis bringing that one up.
And Jeff, that was very dangerous because it almost looked very close like a horse collar, where he had his hand, Jeff, it was almost around his neck. Now, technically, you probably could have got a call from the umpire or the line judge the way his hand was around the receiver's neck. Very dangerous.
2:34 left to go, 20-19. Thanks again to our video crew streaming at Kane1240.com and on Facebook, Kane1240 AM. And flags are going to stop this one. Procedure by the Tigers, Loreauville Tigers. Again, Todd Bernard on the camera. Nick Stassi, our producer, engineer. And Truck Gisclair overseeing the entire video operation this evening. Appreciate their effort tonight, coming in from ESPN New Orleans to help us out. And it'll be up online after tonight's game. We'll tell you how to find it after the fact. 2:34 left here, though, from the 40-yard line, 1st and 15. Zai trying to scoot around the far side, left side, as he sees it, picks up about 6, maybe 7, 8 yards before he's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Jeanerette did a very poor job of flowing with the ball, Jeff. They played a little soft on that last play, gave Zai plenty of room to make up for second down. But Jeff, Jeanerette's got to be more tenacious when the ball breaks the huddle.
2:27 left in this third quarter. Second and call it a long 7 for Loreauville's Tigers. 3 receivers wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Man in motion from the near to the far side, handing it off to Joseph up the middle. He's got a big hole across the 40 now, near the 35-yard line. Stopped at about the 36, 37-yard line, but a heck of an effort from Joseph on the 18-yard run.
Very good job by Zai, Jeff. Great misdirection play. Throws the linebackers in place. So naturally that gap opened very wide and allowed Loreauville to go ahead and scamper for first down.
Clock moving, 2:06 left to go in the quarter. 1st and 10, again, similar formation with the 3 wide on the near side. Grissel, the lone receiver on the far side. And again, Joseph alongside Alexander. Out of the shotgun, another rough snap. And again, the ball is loose, finally covered by a Tiger, Loreauville Tiger. No, a Jeanerette player came up with it. And
that's the correct call. Jeanerette ball. That's the correct call. They got it right.
The ball was still loose. It sure looked like Joseph fell on top of the ball, but I guess he never had full control of it.
No, he did not.
And Jeanerette comes away with a big turnover. Took advantage of the last one, and they'll have it at the 47-yard line or near the 48-yard line. So second turnover in the half by Jeanerette. Forced the turnover. And again, with a minute 45 to go in the third, they'll have it 1st and 10. Two receivers near side, one to the far as one comes in motion. That's Sparrow coming in motion to the near side. He'll get across midfield. Flag is down. 45, or I'm sorry, that was the 35 heading to the 30, but the flag is down, and that's going to bring this one back.
You were looking at either a holding call or blocking it back. There was a great jet sweep by Jeanerette, went off flawlessly, but it's going to come back for either a holding call or blocking it back by Jeanerette.
So again, Sparrow, a nice move, but again, he may have been helped by the penalty. A lot of flags at the tackle as well. I'm not sure if I'm seeing 2 flags or maybe towels by Loreauville, who of course does sport some gold towels on occasion. But no, those were flags. So we may see multiple penalties here, or the late ones negated. There is a hold against Jeanerette.
Now Jeanerette's really becoming unraveled at the seams, Jeff.
And
Personal
then
foul.
a personal foul at the end of the play. So that in that case, both will be assessed. Had it been whatever else, a non-personal foul at the end, only the holding would have been assessed. So this is going to move Jeanerette back, almost negating the turnover in its entirety. They'll still have the football.
Wow.
It'll be first down.
30 yards.
At the 20-yard line, they'll need to get 38 yards for a first down.
Jeff, again, that was very undisciplined by Jeanerette. They were doing very well from a disciplined side of the ball, but now they're just falling apart.
Again, the shotgun, handing it to Mitchell. Ahmad up the middle, gets a few yards before he's pushed back. About a 3-yard carry by Ahmad Mitchell.
Loreauville did a very good job, Jeff, for closing ranks. It was just an off-tackle play by the linebackers just closed ranks very quickly. And I don't see why they ran that particular play.
So again, it'll be second and I call it 35 yards. At the 23-yard line, near the 24, their own 24-yard line. 45 seconds left in this third period. Get out of the shotgun, 2 receivers near side, 3 to the far side. Maxey keeping it over the right side, just off a little bit to the right, picks up another couple of yards, but when you need 38, or in that case 35, for a first down, interesting play calling there.
Well, Jeff, again, Loreauville stayed home, and that was the key to the play. You had 2 linemen stay home to close the gap, and again, why that particular play, a dive play to the left side of to the right side of the field, a phenomenal gain. I don't understand it.
They don't have to snap. The third quarter could end without them taking a snap, but they look like they want to get one in here. 5 seconds left, and now with 3 seconds left, I'm not sure if they're going to go ahead and rush this or not, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Don't know if their intention was to let that clock wind, but it did. 20-19 our score at the end of 3. Loreauville on top. Take a 30-second timeout. Fourth quarter action coming up right after these on Kane Radio AM 1240 and streaming both audio and video at kane1240.com. Stay with us. And we do welcome you back here on Kane, but also streaming video for the first time in our high school broadcasts. Again, want to thank our video team, Todd Bernard on the camera, Nick Stassi producing the video cast, and Truck Gisclair setting up the equipment in part. And we appreciate his efforts as we swap sides of the field. Jeanerette still third and a whole bunch, about 32 yards to go as we resume play in this fourth quarter. A timeout, breaking the action, brought to us by District Attorney Bo Dewey. And again, next week we're going to be at New Iberia Senior High Lagrange at Nish as they continue district play. Of course, Nish will open district play tomorrow night at Acadiana. Catholic High at Notre Dame tomorrow night. much of the parish in action tonight, including this game. Delcom was hosting Ascension Episcopal, and Highland Baptist was hosting tonight as well. Their opponent slipping my mind. But out of the shotgun, we'll have the third down play, and throwing a quick pass and gaining some momentum, nearing the 45-yard line. Short of the first down, well short, about 12, 13 yards short of the first down, but still a substantial play there on third down.
Jeff, Jeanerette should not have gotten that far. The Loreauville tackler put himself not in great position and just threw his arm out there. You can't stop anybody like that. You got to use basic fundamentals.
So again, it'll set up 4th and long. Punting unit is coming in. Having trouble getting the offensive unit off the field. Special teams on. Finally ready to take that snap. Punter standing at about the 33-yard line. Solid snap. Gets a low line drive kick off, and it hits a Loreauville player. Loreauville player finally does fall on top of it inadvertently. But again, you need to know where that football can be.
Well, Jeff, normally when there's a ball that hits the ground, normally you have somebody on the sideline yelling, fire, fire, fire. Evidently that call did not come because the Loreauville guy had his back turned, doing his job, running towards the receiver, but did not turn around and inadvertently hit him on the heel.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 34-yard line with a 1-point lead, 20-19, early in this fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the far, 1 to the near side. Joseph to the left and sends a man in motion, and that was Gerard. Handoff to Joseph, and tries to get around that right side, pushed back after gaining a yard.
Now that was better. That was very much more disciplined ball by Loreauville. By Jeanerette, Jeff. You had 5 gang tacklers there to close the gap. So Jeanerette is doing a very decent job at this moment with 10:55 and ticking to try and stifle this drive by Loreauville.
2nd and 9 coming up. Clock winds, 10:47 and ticking. 3 receivers coming to the near side, including Maverick Mitchell in the middle of those 3. Alexander, long snap, 10 seconds on the play clock, 2nd and 9. And looking to throw on a slant pattern. Flag is down, ball is loose. Loreauville recovered a fumble, if indeed it was a reception.
That was very lucky.
And now a Jeanerette player throwing, maybe that was just a towel that fell, no flag. That was a towel that hit the turf.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes we get confused by those gold towels. We need to eliminate those maybe on the sidelines.
Now, Loreauville just dodged a bullet, Jeff. Very heads-up play by Loreauville. But you're flirting with disaster on something like that. But again, hold the ball first, then turn your eyes upfield and run.
And again, they did rule it a catch and a fumble, and what ends up being a loss of almost 2 yards.
And Jeff, they're asking all the players to relieve themselves in the yellow towels so they're not confused with a flag. So they heard you.
I appreciate that. I like to think this 1,000-watt blowtorch does me some good sometimes. So again, with 10:09 to go, we are looking at 3rd and 11 for the Loreauville Tigers. And rolling to the far side, Zy Alexander hit as he throws, and again a ball up for grabs, tipped and incomplete by Jeanerette, and almost into the hands of a Loreauville receiver. Keel had tipped it, and almost Johnny on the spot, Mav Mitchell, the intended receiver. But again, Zy not real crisp on those passes, but again, may have been hit as he threw that one.
No, Jeff, it was a Woody Goose all the way, but Jeanerette put themselves in position to have an early Christmas present, and they just missed time their jump, Jeff. And, the old tip drill, Loreauville could have come out somewhere like a rose on this last play.
Yep, but again, with the punt coming up, it may not be a big miss by Jeanerette. They should get the ball in pretty good shape. Legrand-Jean to punt. Line drive, pretty good kick. It'll push Mello. Oh, no, Keel. That was Sparrow, excuse me. Now brings it a lot of room to the near side. 45-40, 35-30. Gets a nice block, maybe a block in the back for a touchdown return.
Yeah, it's coming, Jeff, it is coming back. Block in the back. Block in the back, it is coming back. God, you hate to see that, too.
The good news for Jeanerette, at least, is that block in the back was late in the play, and And they still might be looking at the 30, 35-yard line as far as where they'll get the ball.
But you hate to see that, Jeff. It was a great play. Jeanerette did a very good job of leading their blockers. And it just, a lapse in judgment. That's all this play was, a lapse in judgment. When you hit the guy, you see the back of the guy's numbers, don't touch him. Let him go.
9:43 left. And again, waiting for the call. It is a personal foul against Jeanerette, assuming the block in the back. And actually, they're going to say this. Oh, now I see the flag at the 43-yard line.
Right.
That one I missed. I was looking at a block in the back at about the 20-yard line. This one all the way back to the Jeanerette 45-yard line.
Well, that's what I said, Jeff. When he was running, I looked and I saw the flag go down. I said, well, that was it. And you hate to see stuff like that because the young man basically did a very good job of taking in, putting himself in position to score. But again, lapse in judgment, Jeff. They're not thinking like they should.
So again, if they spot it from about that 42-yard mark, it'll go back to about the 27-yard line. So it wasn't so much the failed interception. Really, they would have gotten the ball, even if it was, where he received the punt. It would have been almost where that interception would have brought them. But with the penalty, kind of missed that turnover now, or the opportunity for it. 9:43 when we resume play here.
Hey, Jeff, that's now 10 penalties for 95 yards for Jeanerette. And I know that Anais doesn't like what he's seen, and when he watches the film, it's just careless mistakes.
20-19, Jeanerette trailing by a point with the football. Hand off to the near side, about a 2-yard pickup. I want to say Keel may have been carrying. Nope, it wasn't Keel. Alexander on the carry.
Loreauville did a very good job staying at home, Jeff. They followed their blockers like they're taught to do and basically allowed the play to Jeanerette not to they're not allowed to advance further than it was. I can't speak English tonight. I'm sorry.
2nd and 8 coming up from the 29-yard line. Man in motion. And boy, it looked like it was a snap to the motion man, which was Charles, but he was the unintended target of that snap, which again, we've seen a couple of snafus like this for the Tigers shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, Jeff, we've seen it twice with Loreauville, and now Jeanerette's getting fumbleitis fever, and you're going backwards. And boy, as a coach, you just hate to see that happen, Jeff, because they know better, but they're losing their composure. You got to go ahead and keep it strong, because these are just silly penalties, and Loreauville continues to shoot themselves in the foot.
And not a penalty, but a mistake.
I'm sorry, a miscue.
But again, and almost for our radio audience, almost like an arc-like motion move by Charles, and it almost caught him. Maxey now rolling behind the 10-yard line. Throws finally complete, and he's going to pick up some substantial yardage there, but still well short of a first down. It'll bring them across the 25, setting up 4th and 13, excuse me. And the ball just across the 25, I believe. And again, the punting unit on. 7:47 and ticking. Snap a little bit low, but handled. Rollins gets a good kick off. Zy Alexander at the 46-yard line, his own, and now a flag is thrown as he is brought almost immediately to the turf. But again, let's see what the flag is all about. Possibly a legal man downfield.
Possibly. Now, Looney did a very good job. He's just breaking down his stance, grabbing Zy by the ankles like he's taught to do, Jeff. So hats off to his form tackling.
That was a hold by Loreauville on the return.
Ouch, that's going to hurt him.
They had the ball in pretty good position. Still with a 1-point lead, just a little bit more clock they can try and consume as they'll start this one at their own 38. And 7:33 left. 2:10 time of possession on that last drive. And again at the 38, toward the far hash mark. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Again, streaming video at Kane1240.com. Toss to the right side. Joseph will get about 3 yards before he's down. I'm not sure if he went out of bounds before his knee hit the turf. Clock is moving, 7:20 and ticking. Joseph, 19 carries. I've got him at 80 yards. But again, my number's very unofficial.
Now, they allowed 7 seconds to tick off before they stopped the clock. I don't understand what they do, how the referee can do that.
Again, maybe they didn't recognize that if he went out of bounds or not could have been the difference in that delay.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be the job of the line judge?
True. 3 receivers, 1 in motion from the near to the far side. And again, the handoff, Leslie Joseph trying to get around the near end, has room and more at the 45-40. Picks up about 20 yards on that carry for Leslie Joseph.
Jeff, very poor execution on the defensive line. They were basically caught flat-footed, Jeff, and that's what allowed Loreauville to go ahead and make up for great yards on that last play.
So again, I've got Joseph for 20 carries and an even 100 yards right now. But again, caution, my number is hardly official. Don't forget the Loreauville Tigers Sports Show each and every Wednesday evening during the football season at 10 after 6. 6:54 left in this game. Loreauville 1st and 10 at the 39 of Jeanerette. Alexander again to Joseph up the middle, a couple of yards before he's pushed back.
Yeah, just great defensive stance now. Jeanerette got very disciplined on that play, Jeff. They were not fooled, but almost like they read what Loreauville was going to do. So hats off to Jeanerette on the last play.
6:36 and ticking. He's second, and they give him no yards on that one. I thought he had a little forward progress, but they mark it back at the 39. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Ball toward the near hash. Joseph to the side. No, Nua back in there right now after a couple of plays there. Pass complete to the far side. That was Freelo, who carries it about 7 yards and knocked out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Jeanerette played too soft, Jeff. You can't play containment like that and give Loreauville any cushion, because if you're not aggressive, that's the results of what just happened. Now it's 3rd down and about 4 yards for Jeanerette with 6:08 playing the game. And, all they had to do is, Loreauville has to do is just kind of march this thing downfield, no great hurry. That'll force Jeanerette to score quickly and go for 2 to try to tie the game.
We do have the water break timeout at 6:08. We'll stay here. And again, this break in the action brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. Appreciate his support of high school football. And once again, want to thank some of our sponsors. Our coverage tonight brought to you in part as well by J.P. Thibodeau Automotive Group, Bears Garden Center, Johnny's Pizza, Acadiana Hearing, of course, our sideline reports brought to you by Acadiana Hearing at 425 East St. Peter. And we also want to thank our Loreauville sponsors for tonight's game, Bear Our Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, Village Market, and Ed Broussard Marine. 20-19 our score out of a timeout. Keith.
No, I just want to say Jeanerette's a very tenacious club, on both sides of the ball, Jeff. I just want to compliment them for their play tonight.
3rd and 3. Coming up for Loreauville to try and keep this drive alive. Zai will keep it up the gut, snuffed out at about a 1-yard pickup. He'll get to about the 33-yard line, but not much more than that.
That was a late whistle, Jeff. A lot can happen when you're in a rugby scrub like Loreauville was, and a lot can happen with the play. Now they're going to go ahead and hurry up with 4th and 2.
And toward the far hash mark, 2 receivers near side, and they're going to keep it again straight up the gut. Zai looks like he's got a Coca-Cola first down, and he does.
Again, Jeff, 5:32 left. Loreauville doesn't seem in any no hurry-up situation. They want to milk as much time off the clock, allow themselves to score. If they do score, it forces Jeanerette to hurry up, go into a hurry-up offense, and again, have to go for 2 to just to tie the game. Unless Red decides to go for 2 if he makes a touchdown.
And I would imagine he would at this point. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Again, out of the shotgun, Alexander. Joseph back in the backfield with him. And in motion, again from the near to the far side. Joseph gets it up the middle and now comes to the near side. 1st down yardage and more near the 10-yard line. In fact, they're going to say he got to the 9 before he was down. So another Coca-Cola first down and a pickup of 20 yards again for Leslie Joseph.
Poor tackling Jeanerette, Jeff. But these guys, we're talking because we're not running the place like Jeanerette and Loreauville. These puppies are top.
So again, the ball at the 9, goal-to-goal situation, 4:52 to go. First and goal, 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Ball between the hash marks, and the whistle is going to stop this one.
You close around Jeanerette, Jeff. Cheap shot, just a cheap play, and you're helping Jeanerette. You're not doing yourself any favors. Now that's 11 penalties for now 100 yards for Jeanerette.
So again, the ball half the distance, so just inside the 5-yard marker. First and goal. Similar formation. Russell, the lone receiver to the near side, and a handoff to Joseph, but it was read beautifully by Jeanerette. He never had a chance to get out of the backfield.
And Jeff, that was Tyrus Gage for Jeanerette. He's been a very aggressive player tonight for Jeanerette, but that was really crucial. You back up Loreauville to the 10-yard line. It's now a second down, and now it's a second down and a few yards to go. But again, Jeff, the clock is against Jeanerette at this moment.
And again, see if they continue to milk that play clock down to 10 right now. And again, Zai snaps it with about 7 seconds to go, keeps it, goes to the far side, now reverses back inside, and not much room for him there, picks up maybe a yard. It'll be goal to goal at about the 9. Third down coming up.
Now, again, what the wheels are red are turning at the moment. It's third down goal. If you don't get in, what play do you call for fourth down?
And, how much faith do you have in the kicking game? Obviously, 3 points would be good. We saw Jeanerette hit a field goal, so the capability is there. So 3 would be better than none for Loreauville, and Jeanerette, of course, like to see them settle for no points here. Zai gives it to Joseph up the middle, read well. He still goes forward for about 3-4 yards. Well, maybe closer to 3, maybe even closer to 2 as it turns out. They're not giving him much on the forward progress.
Yeah, but Jeff, Rashawn Willie basically blew that play up, and that's why it didn't have any mustard on it. Jeanerette did good job on that one, getting deep penetration, and so now what do? It's fourth down, you're on the 6-yard line of Loreauville players. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a player that went down with a cramp.
No, Jeanerette wanted to take a timeout, stop that clock with 2:44 to go. We'll take a break, 30-second timeout, 20-19. When we return, Loreauville with the lead, and fourth and goal in front of them at about the 7-yard line. Stay with us, more to come in this game. 30-second break, back right after these here on Kane. And again, we do welcome you back. And those of you streaming at Kane1240.com or on our Facebook page, Kane1240 AM. Happy to have you with us this evening. Along with Keith Hebert, I'm Jeff Boggs. Marty Harrell, our studio engineer. And again, big fourth down coming up. Loreauville going for it. 4th and 6, or 4th and goal at the 6. Pass into the end zone, complete, touchdown. Mav Mitchell gets the touchdown for Loreauville.
And Jeff, that was just a quick looking pass by Loreauville. The linebacker crew at Jeanerette was caught totally off guard. The pass was thrown so quickly, Jeanerette could not react. So very good play call by Rhett and his coaches. And now 26, soon to be 27. And now Jeanerette's now putting a very...
Well, you say soon to be, not necessarily guaranteed, but this is a big point. Makes it an 8-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. And it will be an 8-point game. 27-19, 2:39 to go. In this ball game, we'll have the kickoff brought to you by Johnny's Pizza after this 30-second break here on Kane Radio AM 1240. And we do welcome you back. 2:39 left in the ball game, or at least in regulation, an 8-point lead. It's still a one-possession ball game where Jeanerette could still get a tie before this thing wraps up. Lagrange getting set to kick off, brought to us by Johnny's Pizza, 1007 Little Oak Drive at the main highway, LA 31. Appreciate their support of our coverage of high school football. Breaking the action, brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. Lagrange to kick off toward the far hash mark. A little bit more on that one than we've seen, and it's muffed initially, picked up though by Molo, and he'll take it toward the middle across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. 64 yards in front of the Jeanerette Tigers. Got to get it into the end zone, not once but twice, with a 2-point conversion.
Jeff, now, if you're Jeanerette, how do you play this? Okay, how do you play this? And if you're Loreauville, do you press? Do you have press coverage to hold Jeanerette in check?
Not sure if we've got a timeout, maybe an injury issue. Sparrow walking gingerly to the sideline. Molo also was a little tender getting to the near sideline. They do mark it at the 35-yard line. Thought he got across that. And we've got a snap. Throwing Maxey to the far side. He's got Keel good for about 5-7. He's still up, and he breaks a tackle, gets 12 yards before he's finally pushed back. Nice effort by Keel.
And that's Jeanerette's 5th first down of the game, Jeff, but a crucial first down at that.
Got that as just the second reception for Maxey. I may have missed one.
Okay, Red's going to call a timeout here, Jeff. He's with one timeout left.
Clock had stopped with the first down, but curious at that point. But obviously teachable moment right now as he tries to preserve this lead, looking for his first victory. Last night on the show we do with Rhett, talked about, not necessarily looking for a district win. This team is looking for their first win, as not just, as a season, but as a team, with all these fresh faces who haven't experienced a victory yet this year or as a Loreauville Tiger. So an important opportunity, and I'm sure Rhett's using this time out just to calm people down, make sure that they're not maybe overly enthused with this 8-point lead. It's far from over. So again, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, 48-yard line, excuse me. And again, this break in the action brought to us in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. 2:20 out of the timeout. Jeanerette ready to play some football. Loreauville getting back from the far sideline. So again, ball right in front of us here. 48, their own 40. Maxey looking to throw. Didn't like what he saw. Dumped it to the near sideline. That could almost have been considered intentional downing, but
you're right, Jeff.
He was straight back. It looked like he was just throwing it away.
But Loreauville put pressure, Jeff, on the interior line. It broke down, so he had to get rid of the ball very quickly.
It'll be 2nd and 10. 2:15 on the clock now. Again, the ball toward the far hash mark.
7 seconds, Jeff. They flew a disaster here.
You can hear that Jeanerette coaching staff with a sense of urgency. 1 second, and they do get the ball snapped. Maxey throws an incomplete. That could be a lateral, and Jeanerette wisely jumps on top of it. That could easily be a loss of yardage. Kevin Charles falls on top of it for the Jeanerette Tigers, and indeed that's the case. That was a lateral, and that was almost trouble. Was trouble, but it could have been much worse.
What makes it worse than that, Jeff? The clock's still running. So Jeanerette's losing precious time here.
Minute 46 and ticking, and the ball back to the 39-yard line, leaving them 3rd and 20, maybe 19.
This ain't gonna work. Loreauville's gonna get called with too many players on the field.
Pass is tipped and incomplete, almost intercepted by Adam Emel, but again, if you say too many men on the field,
but
that
Jeff,
would negate that.
I don't see a flag. Number 77 was running off the field when the ball was snapped. How did the referees miss this call?
Now he comes back onto the field.
Yeah.
They seem to overemphasize that.
I don't understand that, Jeff. No, the referee crew did a fairly good job tonight, but that was a gaff.
So it'll be 4th down, and they will go for it, needing to keep this drive alive. Maxey, actually, no, not Maxey throwing the ball. Completion, though, good for 10 yards initially. Another far sideline, and it'll be Zai who has to tackle him back at about the 20-yard line. But Jackalix Lundy, the quarterback on that play, and a heck of a job on the far sideline by the receiver.
That was a gutsy play by Zai Alexander, Jeff. Very dangerous, but very brave at the same time.
So again, 1st down, minute 15 and ticking here. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Throwing the ball complete. Almost down immediately, but Maxey finds a way to stand up. Now the receiver, Lundy, the quarterback, inside the 15 to about the 14 with 58 seconds to go. Player is down in the Jeanerette backfield, a Loreauville player, though.
But, Jeff, Loreauville basically did a very poor job, Jeff. 4 missed tackles. 4 missed tackles. You had the man stop for a loss. You don't form tackle correctly. He spins, he gets out of it. Another man hits him, spins out of that. Loreauville did a very poor job on this last series. So if they score a touchdown, you know, again, very poor execution on Loreauville. I can't stress this enough. Very poor execution on Loreauville's part.
We'll be at the 14-yard line. Again, this break in the action brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. And again, Loreauville player injured at the 25-yard line. Haven't had a chance to see a number. They are getting him up off the turf.
That's number 41, Jeff, for Loreauville.
All right, Adam Dylan Bork, a sophomore. And we will get back into action again with 58 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Ball toward the near hash mark. Again, they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Lundy continues to throw, and he is hit as he throws into the end zone. Well overthrows the receiver and out of bounds beyond the end zone. So it'll set up 2nd and 10 with 50 seconds left.
That was a smart play by the Jeanerette quarterback, Jeff, because why? His man was closely covered, and it could have very well gone as an NIT. But Jeff, he did very smart. He threw it out of the field of play. And with 50 seconds left, you're down to three downs left. 3 downs left.
Again, 50 seconds left. Ball at the 14. 3 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Empty backfield apart from Lundy out of the shotgun. And he's in trouble again. Loreauville back there quickly. And again, he throws into the end zone, out of bounds, though. Never had a chance to be caught inbounds.
Jeff, it was a muff hike from the center that threw his timing off. That's all there was to it.
And again, credit Loreauville. They were in the backfield pretty quick.
They were, Jeff, and I think what happened was the center was very anxious, and he missed his cadence count and just basically hiked the ball off center.
So again, sets up 3rd and 10 at the 14. 43 seconds left. Again, Lundy in the backfield. Alongside him is Sparrow, excuse me. Low snap. And again, that allowed Loreauville a chance to get in. Another pass into the end zone. Flag is thrown. It's going to be interference against Loreauville, but the question is catchable or if that's even a factor.
Well, I think the ball wasn't catchable, but I'm looking at pass interference only because of the ruling in high school football, Jeff. In the pros of college, in the pros, definitely, the flag would have got picked up. But right here, it gives Jeanerette new life with 37 seconds left to play.
And again, I'll always state that the defender didn't know if it was going to go out of bounds. If he knew it was going out of bounds, he wouldn't have committed the penalty. So I say it is an infraction whether the ball was catchable or not.
All he had to do was turn his body, Jeff, into the ball, and there wouldn't have been pass interference.
Well, if there's contact, yeah. But again, as it is, goal to goal, 3rd and did they drop the flag? They called it a 5-yard penalty, and it is a touchdown. Mitchell runs the ball from what I guess was half the distance spot. That didn't give them a first down. I can't believe it wasn't an automatic first down.
Well, they were yelling touchdown, Jeff. And so now they're showing third down. So what gives?
And again, it could have been ruled a touchdown, but the guy with the yard marker, the down marker.
And I'm out of position because if I go down too far, I cut out. So I'm here on the 20, out of position.
I think the guy's just holding up the down marker, and the scoreboard is showing 27-25. I'm running with the idea that it's a touchdown, and they're going for the 2-point conversion. The guy with the down marker just won't put it down, so people might think that it's still third down.
And, of course, the line judge is talking to the guy with the down marker, so we don't know.
I mean, I know he may not want to have to bend down and pick it up, but at some point adds to a little of confusion. But it was a touchdown by Mitchell. Four-yarder, and again, they'll attempt a 2-point conversion to try to tie this thing up. Send us into overtime on a Thursday night when I'm looking at game time about 2:02 or 2:32 right now. It's 9:32. So again, 33 seconds left. Keep in mind, Loreauville will have some time. Kick return and little time, although I think they burned their final time out there.
They have one left, Jeff.
All right. Again, going for the 2-point conversion. It's Maxey back on the snap. He'll toss it to Keel, and Keel's in for the 2-point conversion. Heck of a play there.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible.
So we are tied at 27, although we have another injured player down on the field. We'll take a timeout, a 60-second timeout. 33 seconds to go. 27, we are tied. Stay with us, back in 60 here on Kane Radio, AM 1240. And we do welcome you back here on Kane. Jeff Boggs along with Keith Hebert, Marty Harrell, our studio engineer. And once again, thanks to our video crew streaming at Kane1240.com and on our Facebook page, Kane1240 AM. Todd Bernard on the camera, Nick Stassi producing the video cast, and Truck Gisclair. Appreciate our colleagues from ESPN New Orleans helping us do the video broadcast of today's game online at Kane1240.com. We'll see the kickoff here. Noah Rollins setting to tee it up from his 40-yard line. Tied at 27 with 33 seconds to go. Loreauville will try and return the favor, but again, don't have quite the time that Jeanerette had. A little bit of a pooch kick will be at the 37-yard line, down at the 35 as it turns out. Little misconfusion there. Chris Anthony returns it. Well, didn't really have a chance to return it. Like I said, down immediately when he caught it at the 35, 36-yard line. 32 seconds left. The Tigers of Loreauville with the football and 64 yards or so, 65 yards in front of them. So again, Loreauville from right to left, two receivers to the far side. Mav Mitchell among them. Lagrange also looks to be in that slot. No, that's Logan Gerard. Zai throwing or looking to throw in that direction. Does have a man, but incomplete, intercepted at the 32-yard line. Keel will be dropped at the 37-yard line. Nice open field tackle there by Calvin Freelow, but the interception will leave Jeanerette 21 seconds on the clock in this time of regulation. So again, with 21 seconds to go, they will begin this drive at the 36-yard line. Keith, sorry about that. You're back up. 1st and 10. To the far sideline, or far hash mark. 3 receivers to the near side, wide side, and Maxey looking to throw again. Now he's going to tuck it and keep it across the 40 to the 45. Has some room. The 50, 45, 40 down at the 38-yard line with 11 seconds. It'll stop with the first down, but a big pickup of about 14, 24, 25 yards on the carry.
Jeff, Loreauville went to prevent defense. Very soft. Quarterback for Jeanerette had a very open lane, was able to scamper, go ahead, keep him alive, and get him close. But with 11 seconds, you can't run the ball. Now you got to pass.
Again, the ball will be at the 38-yard line, and the timeout has been taken. Once again, we'll thank our district attorney, Bo Dewey, sponsoring these timeouts. Breaks in the action will stay here, though. And again, remind you, if you missed any part of our broadcast, it will be available, the video cast available online as well, later in the day, if not almost immediately. Yeah, it's immediate. And again, at kane1240.com. And also to review it on the Facebook page or just the website. And it should be available on the Facebook page as well. So again, 4 receivers set, but we're far from done here. Screen pass into the backfield, and again, lost there by Sparrow, losing about 7-8 yards there. But again, that's going to be the end of regulation. I don't think we have much time to take a break. I think they immediately do a coin toss to determine how the overtime will work. Each team will start at the 10-yard line, but the question is who will get the ball first. Of course, each team has a chance to answer, but it is important. Sometimes a team would rather have the second option, knowing what you need, versus the unknown. Sparrow limping off the field. Keith, not in that huddle there, but if it may not be allowable right now.
That's why I'm keeping about this.
Exactly. They even shooed a player away. So they're having a discussion, making sure they understand how overtime works. And again, we will play overtimes until it's all said and done. Again, they'll start at the 10-yard line, have 4 downs to get it into the end zone or attempt a field goal. When, after the 3rd overtime, they have to go for 2-point conversions, or am I thinking college?
I'm just thinking college.
Is there any kind of 2-point rule then in the high school overtime?
I'm not sure, but you got to wonder, Jeff. You go for 2, you roll the dice, because, you know, each guy can kick a field goal, but Jeanerette's been very good for 2-point conversions, so it's, you know, roll the dice. What do you do?
Okay, I'm told upstairs that after 3 overtimes, it's done. It's a tie game.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that answers that question. Appreciate the help. Always fun to try and juggle 3 different levels, different rules. So again, the officials are still huddling. Captains have not had a chance yet to get the instructions, but hopefully the officials will allow us to broadcast those instructions. But again, we're tied at 27, heading into overtime. I don't recall seeing a tie, but I don't recall seeing a 4th overtime either, so there you go.
And Jeff, you got to give Jeanerette its due. Tenacious. Loreauville had the upper hand, but, you know, even though with the penalties, Anas's team found a way to battle back and bring this thing to a head, Jeff. And I tell you what, the momentum's on Jeanerette's side. So if you're a betting man, I'd have to put the house money on Jeanerette tonight.
Jeanerette had the ball with just 2:39 remaining, needed both a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Did it in about 2 minutes. And again, Loreauville did not have that opportunity. Well, they had an opportunity,
Right,
not
guys,
a realistic one.
we
And here
have
we go.
overtime. We've already talked to the coaches, but just so you understand this, we'll have each coach will have one timeout per overtime period. Each team will get a series per overtime period. If you win the toss, you can select to take the ball and go on offense. You can go on defense, or you can choose the end of the field. Whoever loses the toss gets the other option.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Got any questions? Okay. Just so he wants to go on defense, and you want to go what you want to do. Just make you know what you're going to do. Okay. I'm gonna toss it and let it land, and I'm gonna put my hand over it and cover it. Okay. You're the visitors. You get to call it.
Tails.
He said tails. Let me just show you what tails is. It says it right there. All right. And if that's yes, that's the head. Okay. Tails is the call. It is tails. You won the toss. You're going to go on defense. What side of the field would you like to play on?
Play on?
What you can play on this end or that end?
You want to play on this end?
Yeah, you can ask him.
And they're going to
Okay.
play at the
You're going
north
to be
end
on
zone.
offense. Going this way. Wait. Stand there.
Jeanerette
You
will
come
be on
right here.
offense first.
Lights won the top. Blue ball going in this end zone. Shake hands, guys. We're going to come back with the ball. Right
So again, Jeanerette will be on offense first. Loreauville won the toss if you didn't pick that up, but they elected to be on defense first. They would like to know what they need once they do get the ball. And again, we'll spot it at the 10-yard line. It's one of those times I wish they could just put it in the middle of the field and go 10 yards. But I guess the whole field goal thing would come into play there. Reminds me of an overtime, an LSU-Auburn game.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
No, we won that game.
I know, but still, I don't want to relieve heartaches like that.
But it was great when the ball was down at that end of the field. We were in a great spot for it. Tied at 27, Jeanerette will have the ball. First and goal at the 10-yard line. 27-27 as we hit overtime. Again, 3 overtime periods max. Todd upstairs is probably being shaken a little bit. Fans here at Jeanerette making some noise and making these bleachers rock. There's the snap. Maxey hands it off to Sparrow, reverses his field and has a little trouble doing so, but does pick up 2-3 yards to about the 7-yard line. And no clock. It is simply, other than the scoreboard showing 27-27, one timeout in each overtime possession for these coaches, which seems to me a luxury to have one in each timeout. In each overtime, excuse me. 4 receivers set, 2 on either side. Ball toward the middle of the field. Man in motion is Charles, and up the middle, Sparrow will get it into the end zone. They get the touchdown, and we'll see if they go for 1 or 2. Big decision at this point. So again, Sparrow, the first overtime touchdown. And again, the decision to see if they go for 1 or 2. Loreauville knows they need to get a touchdown.
And they're going to go for 2, Jeff. They're going to roll the dice.
It's a question for me which one to go for there. I formation drop. Maxey dropped it.
That's
He's going to
why.
be dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's why you go for an extra point, Jeff, right there. They hurried the play. They hurried the play. They had no reason to hurry the play. Okay? So they cut their throat right there.
I would imagine there should be a play clock. I'm not sure if it's being utilized in overtime. Not a game clock, but a play clock. But again, Ahmad Mitchell did eventually scoop it up, but could not advance it. So Loreauville will get the ball knowing that they need a touchdown and just a 1-point conversion to win this game.
Well, let's go back to what you just said, Jeff. Game clock. There is no game clock, so why do you rush the football?
I wasn't sure if there was a play clock.
No, there was not a play clock in question, so why do you rush the call?
But you can't sit. Yeah, there's a play clock now up there. So again, 33-27 here in overtime. Loreauville with the ball again at that same 10-yard line, staying on the same side of the field. Zai will try and run it, but cannot get outside. Loses a yard. Forward progress back to the 11-yard line.
And Jeff, that was number 31 for Jeanerette, Jeff. And I tell you what, he just busted through the line right there to make the tackle. It was really fun to watch.
So then it'll be second down. And again, are we spotted right at the 11?
No, we're spotted at the actual. There we go, respot. There you go. Now we're spotted correctly.
All right. So again, Zai Alexander out of the shotgun. Joseph back there with him. 3 receivers, wide side, near side of the field. In overtime, they need a touchdown. Throws into the end zone, has a man, and it's good. Touchdown.
Now see, there you go, Jeff. Now you bring in Lagrange, you kick the extra point, and you go to the house.
Logan Gerard, I believe, number 13 on that reception.
Yes.
Congratulations for him. And again, we're tied at 33, awaiting the point after by Loreauville.
And that's why you kick the extra point first, Jeff. You gamble on the second or third attempt, but right now you go for the sure thing. Now Jeanerette's put themselves in a really pickle.
But again, it determines the strength of your kicking game, and that's got to be a factor into the equation.
Oh, I agree. Now the play clock's running. Now there's a confusion. So now Loreauville can use that one timeout if they choose to.
And there's no reason not to.
No, exactly. You're not rushing. They're not rushing. Why? There's no reason to rush.
The only thing, the question of whether a kicker gets iced having to wait, I've never bought into that myself, especially at the higher levels, but we'll see if that has a factor. This break in the action brought to you in part by District Attorney Bo Dewey. Once again, appreciate our video streaming crew today. Todd Bernard, Nick Stassi, Truck Gisclair. Appreciate their efforts coming out from ESPN New Orleans this evening. Catch their broadcast tomorrow night. South Lafourche taking on somebody. I think they're into district play. They've already seen Thibodaux and Central Lafourche, but South Lafourche in action. Catch their video cast at ESPN1003.com. Maybe how I'll spend my Friday night. Then again, it is Sugarcane Festival weekend. Here we go. Lagrange on to try and win this game. We're tied at 33 in the first overtime, awaiting the snap. The snap is there. The kick is up. It's low, but it is good. And Loreauville wins this game 34-33. Jeanerette, boy, oh boy, they fought back to tie it, but again, fall in overtime. And for the Loreauville Tigers, picking up their first victory of the season. Jeanerette falls to 2-2. Loreauville now 1-0 in district play. Jeanerette 0-1 in district play. We'll try and get some thoughts from Coach Rhett Pelche before we take a break and then wrap up our broadcast. But again, we'll see if we can get a couple of words from a very happy head coach, Rhett Pelche. His first victory as the head coach of these Loreauville Tigers. Keith, take it away.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your team fought back. Tenacious.
Yeah.
Had you on the roll. You came back, kept your paws.
Yeah.
And you were able to go and punch it in.
Yeah, it's a total team effort. I'm so proud of these guys. We got a young team, an inexperienced team, but they fought their asses off tonight, and I'm very proud of them.
Now, again, from your standpoint, how does it feel?
It feels good. I hope we're ready to get another one next week.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, let them go. They want to shake hands. And again, appreciate Coach Rhett Pelche. We'll talk to him Wednesday night, Loreauville Tiger Sports Show at 6:10. And hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to Ananias Johnson before we wrap up the broadcast. Keith, take it away.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Coach, you let one slip away. How did that happen?
Stupid mistakes, and a bad call from the ref. I'm being honest with you. We didn't get no block in the back. That punt we ran back cost us. And my kids got a little down on that. I tried to pick them up, but that hurt anybody, though.
A very tenacious Jeanerette club, but Coach, 12 penalties for 100 yards. That can't happen for you. They come out with a W.
Yeah, I ain't saying we perfect, but a lot of them calls was unnecessary. That wasn't really us. I'm just being real right now.
Well, Coach, again, a hard fought. Always when we come to Jeanerette, we're never disappointed. Your team always fought hard, fights hard. Tonight was no different. We're very proud of Jeanerette and just a tough loss to swallow.
Yes, sir, it is. But nice of y'all coming out for us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck to the rest of the season. Jeff, as always, these sideline broadcast brought by Acadiana Hearing, 425 East St. Peter Street in New Iberia, for all your auditory issues.
And again, find them online at acadianahearingnewiberia.com. We'll take a final timeout, put a wrap on our broadcast coming up after this 2-minute break. Stay with us. Again, our final score, 38-37 in overtime. I'm sorry, 34-33. Loreauville wins in overtime. Stay with us. And we do welcome you back. Wanted to come back again and just say thanks to our video crew again. Our video crew on camera, Todd Bernard, our producer, Nick Stassi, Truck Gisclair on the broadcast, video cast as well. Want to thank Marty Harrell back at the studio, Keith Hebert down on the sidelines. And again, our final score, Loreauville in overtime, one overtime, wins at 34-33. Once again, want to thank our pregame show sponsors, Southern Style Automotive at 618 Jane Street, as well as Coca-Cola of New Iberia, Arsenault Ford, Iberia Medical Center, Jimmy Champagne Allstate Insurance, your locally owned and operated McDonald's restaurants, J.P. Thibodeau Automotive Group, District Attorney Bo Dewey, Hebert's Garden Center, Johnny's Pizza, Acadiana Hearing, Bayard Transportation, the Rural Health Clinic, the Village Market in Loreauville, and Ed Broussard Machine. Once again, want to thank the staff and administration here at Jeanerette High School, Coach Ananias Johnson, of course, Loreauville head coach Rhett Pelche for his cooperation in preparation this week. Once again, the Tigers of Jeanerette fall to 2-2, 0-1 in district play. Loreauville improves to 1-3, 1-0 in district play. Jeanerette next week, they will be hosting Franklin. Or that's Loreauville hosting Franklin. In fact, that's their homecoming. Jeanerette draws Catholic High at Catholic High next Friday night. Our next broadcast, LaGrange at Nish, a District 3 5A matchup next Friday night from New Iberia Senior High. Again, for Marty and Keith, this is Jeff Boggs. You've been listening to High School Football on Kane Radio AM 1240 and also streaming video at kane1240.com. Find it there after the broadcast as well. That'll do it for Keith and again Marty. This is Jeff Boggs on Kane Radio AM 1240.